You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from PNG Field in Altoona. We're getting set for Game 2 in this 6-game series between the Altoona Curve and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Cespedes with you from the ballpark in Altoona. And boy, it was a good win to close out the month of May for the Baysox. A 3-game win streak and their first 1-run win in quite some time. A 5-4 final to finish out the 5th month of the year. It was the Baysox only 3-game win streak in all of May. And while Altoona did make a run of things late, it was mostly based on a couple of Bowie defensive miscues. 2 unearned runs in the game, and the Baysox were still able to just hold them off enough. Gunnar Henderson and Cesar Peguero each notched 3-hit games, while Bowie jumped on Carmen Mojinski early, then added on 2 runs again later in the 3rd and in the 4th. Henderson has been so impressive this season, and especially in May. He finished with a 1074 OPS in the month of May. While Bowie was able to lean on good pitching performances, Drew Rom went 3 2/3 and struck out 6. Jensen Elliott tossed an inning and a third to pick up the win in relief, and Noah Denoyer picked up a 4-inning save, striking out 4, only walking 1, and giving up 3 hits. As we look ahead to today's game, the Baysox come in for game number 45 on the season, a 17-27 record. They're riding a 3-game winning streak, 4-6 over their last 10, and 6-12 when playing on the road from Prince George's Stadium. The Curve come in for game number 47 this season. 22-24 their record. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They're 6-4 over their last 10 still, and 11-11 when playing in front of the home crowds here at PNG Field. Bowie is 9 games out of first place entering today's contest. They're in 6th overall. Next closest team to them is Harrisburg at 20-25. The 5th place team is 2.5 games ahead of Bowie in the standings. The Curve come into today's game 5 games out of first place, 4th overall. They're a game and a half ahead of Harrisburg in 5th, and 3 games behind Richmond, who is in 3rd at 25-21. The Akron Rubber Ducks still lead the pack with a 27-19 mark on the year. Your starting pitching matchup for today's game, it'll be right-hander Mark Burrows going for Altoona, while righty Zach Peak gets the nod for Bowie. Burrows, 9 appearances, all starts, and he's pitched well. A 3-0 record with a 1.90 ERA, and he is just littered across the leaderboards in the Eastern League. Picked up the Eastern League Pitcher of the Week headed into this week for his performance last week against Harrisburg. He struck out, 8 batters, only allowed 2 hits in 7 scoreless innings against the Senators at FNB Field. Harrisburg just could not pick up anything against the right-hander. He struck out at least 5 batters in 8 consecutive starts and has not allowed more than 2 walks in any outing this season. Of course, a lot of the times you can throw away walk streaks like that when Bowie comes to play because they're just so good at watching the zone and picking out their best pitch and really just knowing where those edges are a little bit better than most. That's why they lead the league in walks. But it's going to be a tough one with Burrows. You got to be mindful. He's got a great fastball, recently built strength, and has bumped that velocity up to about 97 at points. And he sports a curveball that bites, both hard and late. So it can be tough to pick it up. He also has a mid-80s changeup that the Pirates have been developing, and scouts have said that they're actually pretty proud of some of that development that he has made. But he comes in with 54 strikeouts in 42 2/3 innings of work. Burrows leads the Eastern League with a 1.90 ERA. He has the second best whip in the Eastern League at just 0.87 and has the best batting average against at 166 from opposing batters. So he's going to be a tough customer. There's no way to slice it. It'll just be on Bowie to do their regular work, attack the zone when they see the best possible pitch, and stay patient to draw out plate appearances. On the other end, for Bowie, it'll be Zach Peak getting the nod. 5 appearances, all starts. He's got an 0-2 record with a 4.82 ERA, and much like Drew Rahm last week and then Rahm yesterday, he's coming off of what was essentially a month-long stint on the injured list with a week off after returning just to ramp back up to full strength. So he was on a pitch limit in his last start. He only threw 45 pitches. Well, that was his limit. He only got to 41 pitches before having to be lifted with the bases loaded and 2 away in the top of the second inning. And the first batter that came up against reliever Tyler Birch hit a grand slam. So it turned out to be a tough line for Peak. 3 runs all earned on an inning and 2/3. It was his second loss of the season. He picked up 1 strikeout and 1 walk, but again, 4 hits. That was the most he had given up since his second start of the year, the 19th against Akron. And that one, Bowie's offense bailed him out instantly. That was the 20-6 game for Peak. But I think he'll be fine as long as he works his curveball on the inside edge. It's one of his best secondary pitches. Overall, his numbers, an 0-2 record with a 4.82 ERA, 18 2/3 innings with 16 strikeouts and 16 walks. It was that contact against Erie his last time through that just really plagued him. If he can pick up the strikeouts with that curveball inside, then I think he should be fine because the strikeout to walk numbers are still very, very good for Peak so far this season. We've got plenty more to come here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We step aside now, however. When we come back, we have our first sit-down of the season with right-hander Noah Denoyer. Came out of the bullpen and picked up a rare 4-inning save yesterday. We pick up some of his thoughts on the transition into Double-A, and a great little connection he has with another Orioles major leaguer that has appeared with Bowie this season on a rehab. If you're following along this year, you might know who we're talking about. But stick around and you'll hear more from Noah as he gives us a little bit of insight there. We're back after this. It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Hey Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We're back in on DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, joined by Baysox pitcher Noah Denoyer. Picked up that rare 4-inning save last night in the Baysox 5-4 win over Altoona. I know those stats, the wins, the losses, the saves, they might not be as important to some fans these days, but do you care about interesting little tidbits like that, a 4-inning save?
Well, I was definitely surprised when I saw it on the box score at the end of the game, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. yeah, just trying to help the team win, you know. So.
Really just ran through Altoona for those last 3 innings. You worked a good double play to finish the game too. What pitch was working best for you over the course of your outing?
Honestly, I felt like at times my pitches were good, and then at times my pitches weren't all too great. Just trying to battle through it and throw some strikes and let my defense work and give ourselves a chance to win the game.
Was there any one specific pitch you think that got the best outcomes for you when you threw it?
Well, usually my curveball is my best pitch, so I usually play off of that, and then just some good fastballs sprayed in there with some good splitters and sliders, and did all right.
Again, here with Noah Denoyer on the pregame show, getting ready for Bowie and Altoona, Game 2 of this 6-game series. Now, one of the the fastest things I picked up about you is your fastness. You've got a very quick rhythm there on the mound. Is that something that you adapted to a little bit with the new pitch clock rules, or is that something that you've always done?
I've always worked fast, and just with the pitch clock rules, like there's no rule against moving too fast. So why not
complain about that?
Yeah, no. Why not move too fast? You know, as long as I can still pitch, I'm fine with moving fast, and the fielders like it too because they get to get in the dugout and hit quicker. So.
Yeah. Do you think it helps you a lot too? Maybe making it so a lot of the batters in the box don't have time to set in and maybe even get prepared for the pitch they might be sitting on?
I think like working fast like gives you an advantage for the most part with that, like mentally messing with the hitters' heads, and then also having like a quick delivery to the plate can also affect that as well. So.
You do have a very quick delivery too. It's a very quick come set and right into the throw. Well, what goes into getting to that point? Because I know obviously once you get started, you want to make sure you do everything right, and it starts with a lot of rigidity. How long did it take you to get to that point where you're so fluid in your come set to delivery?
Just practice, and honestly. Just getting good reps in and trying to get good momentum down the mound, and I do it by just taking like a small step and getting right into it in my back leg.
Yep. Again, here with Noah Denoyer on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. What's been the biggest change for you that you've noticed on the jump from high A to double A?
You have to throw every pitch you have, and being able to get ahead in the count is so huge at this level, and just staying away from the middle of the plate with 2 strikes is very, very important. So,
and one thing I did catch while doing some of the early season prep work on guys is that you went to, correct me if I'm wrong, San Joaquin College, and that's where Dean Kramer went too. Did you guys chat about that when he stopped by 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we talked a lot about it. I usually see him every off season, work out with him and throw with him and everything. So I've known him for probably about like 6-ish years now.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I've known him for a while, but yeah, just always nice to see him again. Even for that week, it was cool to catch up. So.
And then one last question I always like to ask of guys, especially when we're on the road trip. You get back to the hotel after a long day, you're finally ready to relax, you pull up the laptop or maybe turn on the TV, your favorite streaming service. What's your go-to show to wrap up the night?
Well, lately, the past week, I just finished Stranger Things, so
The fourth season that just
yeah,
came?
the
All
fourth
right.
season just came out. I finished this morning, so I was pretty into that.
All
So
right.
a lot of the other guys have been too. So
Personally, I've never gotten into that one just yet. Is it still on Netflix these days?
yes, sir.
Oh, I might have to pick that up. I've usually just been having on Parks and Recreation or Seinfeld. It's one of those two. But Noah, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Of course, happy to be here.
Noah Denoyer here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside when we come back, look through the starting lineups, and get you all the play-by-play. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Back to PNG Field here as we continue with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Matt Sabatis with you. Managers meeting has just concluded at home plate with the umpiring crew. And let's go ahead and just do a little housekeeping. Got to get you up to date on some of the things that the Baysox have gone through over the past couple of days. Notably, some transactions. Michael Manticon was a catcher brought onto the roster just a couple of days ago when Cody Roberts was brought up to the taxi squad for the big league club in Boston. He was sent back to High A Aberdeen when Roberts was returned. Both moves came yesterday, so May 31st. And then Nolan Hoffman has been placed on the injured list for Bowie. It's his first stint on the IL this season. The Baysox have still just been hampered a little bit by a number of IL stints. Of course, Brandon Young has been on the injured list, and he will probably be there for a little bit longer. And then a couple of names that have been on the roster but probably won't be joining Bowie until much later in the season, names we don't need to worry about too much. Still waiting on Chris Valamont to make his Orioles organizational debut. The right-hander claimed from the Twins organization just a couple of weeks ago. He's with the club, but he's ramping up to get to full-scale activity, and he's on the development list at the moment. And then other injured list names that the Baysox have been dealing with: Toby Welk, Zach Watson is still on the IL at this moment, and Shane Fontana is probably going to be on the injured list for a little bit of time as well. Let's walk you through the Eastern League standings really quickly while we've got the moment. Somerset, boy, they're still really pacing just about everyone in the EL, while Hartford is making a big run of things late. Right now it is all Patriots. They lead all teams with a 29-16 mark. Hartford did start to go on a bit of a run after taking those 5 of 6 from Bowie at Prince George's Stadium 2 weeks ago. They're now 29-17. And then the rest of the Northeast Division is under 500. Portland is on a 4-game losing streak, and they're 22-24. New Hampshire is 20-25. Reading 19-27. And then Binghamton, they've still just been treading underneath Bowie by a half game for the worst record in the Eastern League. They're 17-28. Those two teams will meet later this month here in June, play 7 games in 6 days at Prince George's Stadium. Already walked you through a little bit of what the Southwest Division has in store, but we'll do it again in full. Akron leads the pack with a 27-19 mark, but their lead is closing as they've lost 2 consecutive games. They're currently in a delay right now to start their game with Richmond. But they're 27-19 and only 1 game ahead of the Erie Seawolves, who are 26-20. Erie was surging for a little bit before the Baysox took each of those final 2. They rebounded with a big win in their return to UPMC Park just the other day. I recall they put on 7 runs in the second inning in a day game against, who was that against? I think it was Binghamton? No. Yeah, it was Binghamton. Erie is running right now. Richmond is 25-21. They're on back-to-back wins. They're only 2 games out. And then it's the Curve today, as mentioned, 5 games out in 4th. Harrisburg is 20-25 in 5th. And then Bowie, 17-27 in 6th. Let's run you through the starting lineup for both sides quickly, if we've got the moment. Well, as a matter of fact, it looks like the Curve are set to take the field, so we'll get you one quick run-through of Bowie's lineup. They've got Westberg, Henderson, Haskin, Peguero, Ortiz, Roberts, Hanley, Dashbach, Cespedes, and there are a couple of fun little defensive quirks we'll have to tell you about once it comes time for first pitch. But speaking of first pitch, we got to get there, as we'll step aside now for one final time. It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, but when we return, it's the start of Baysox Baseball. First pitch comes your way after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from PNG Field. It's Game 2 in this 6-game series between the Altoona Curve and your Bowie Baysox. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark in Altoona, and as Mike Burrows warms on the mound for the Curve, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at second base, you've got Jordan Westberg, followed by Gunnar Henderson at third base, batting second. Hudson Haskin in center field bats third. Cesar Prieto, the DH, bats fourth. Joey Ortiz at shortstop bats fifth. Cody Roberts is in right field batting sixth. You heard that right. Maverick Hanley is the catcher batting seventh. Andrew Dashbach at first bats eighth. And Christopher Cespedes is in left field batting ninth. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen, video coordinator, Lindsey Birchfield, athletic trainer. The Baysox are 17-27 on the year, a 3-game winning streak, but 4-6 over their last 10, 6-12 on the road. Once more, that lineup for Bowie. You've got Jordan Westberg, Gunnar Henderson, Hudson Haskin, Cesar Prieto, Joey Ortiz, Cody Roberts, Maverick Handley, Andrew Dashbach, Christopher Cespedes, all to face off against right-hander Mike Burrows on the mound. PNG Field in Altoona, 325 feet down the line to both left and right field, 405 feet to straightaway center, and 385 feet to the alleys in left and right. Burrows cautiously foots the rubber first base side and comes set at the chest, up to the chin, kicks and fires the first pitch home to Jordan Westberg, and it's swung on and missed high, a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and we're underway at 6:02 p.m. on a beautiful 89-degree sunny day here in Altoona, Pennsylvania. 0-1 the count on Westberg, and the next pitch home from Burrows is swung on and lifted on the infield left side. Backing out to shallow left now is the shortstop, Liover Peguero. He makes the catch probably about 15 feet into the outfield. So one away, that's how the day gets started. Get to that defensive alignment for Altoona. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Connor Scott, Matt Gorski, Matt Frazier. Jared Triolo is at third base, Liover Peguero at short, Andres Alvarez at second, Aaron Shackleford at first, and Dylan Shockley catches behind the plate for Mike Burrows on the mound. Here's Gunnar Henderson, right-hander on left-hander, as the first pitch comes in, and Henderson watches fastball called for strike on the inside edge at 96 miles an hour. Mike Burrows, a 6'2", 195-pound, 22-year-old right-hander from Waterford, Connecticut, 11th round draft selection in 2018 from Waterford High School. Here's a line drive to right center field and down for a base hit from Henderson. He's got hits in back-to-back games now, Gunnar. After a 3-hit day yesterday, he's now got 4 hits in his last, 6 plate appearances? It was a busy day for Bowie hit-wise in Tuesday's series opening win. But Henderson picks up another single, and now he's at first for Hudson Haskin. Burrows has put together some of the best numbers in the Eastern League this season, and he was rewarded for some of his efforts with the Eastern League Player of the Week award Announced just yesterday. First pitch home to Hudson Haskin. Called a strike on the bottom edge. It's 0-1. Burrows has not thrown a pitch out of the zone yet. 5 consecutive strikes. Runner at first, 1 away here in the top of the first. A scoreless game as Bowie tries to win 4 consecutive. Burrows fires the 0-1, and Haskin watches breaking ball, the curve, called for strike middle, and the count to 0-2. Burrows on the season, a 3-0 record and a 1.90 ERA. That number leads the league. 42 2/3 innings of work. Opponents just hitting 166 against him. That also leads the league. The 0-2 flared into center field for a base hit, but the Baysox are hitting him here. Back-to-back singles as Hudson Haskin now has hits in 4 consecutive games, and Bowie has runners at first and second with only 1 away here in the top of the first inning. Here's Cesar Prieto. Burrows is coming off of that 7-inning performance. He needed just 83 pitches. 62 were gone for strikes. He retired the final 13 batters he faced in that outing. Career highs in innings pitched and in strikeouts with the 8. Prior to that, he had tossed 5 innings against Richmond in a winning effort. It was a 12-4 win, so he had plenty of cushion. Allowed just 1 run, struck out 6, walked 2. Left-hander Prieto is in, and the first pitch home is the first ball, a changeup low from Mike Burrows. Took him 7 pitches before he finally delivered a ball on the 8th pitch. So 1-0 the count. Prieto hitting .308 in his young AA career, .693 OPS. The 1-0, spoiled foul left side, and the count goes even at 1. This season, in his short time with Bowie, he doesn't have a base hit with runners in scoring position yet. He doesn't have an RBI yet with AA, but he has scored 4 runs and has a pair of doubles, including one yesterday. Here's the 1-1. Misses high, a fastball at 95 miles an hour, and the count goes to 2-1. Well, that fastball for Burrows has been increasing lately. That's something the scouts have picked up. Added on a little bit of muscle. Again, just at 22 years old, so the velocity can still increase. There's plenty of room to grow. And there's always a lot of good things said about his curveball. The 2-1 popped up on the infield. To the right side, it's Andres Alvarez, the second baseman, to make the catch. So 2 away, and now on to Joey Ortiz. Your umpiring crew for today's game, Tom Chernisky is at third base. Thomas Fornarola is at first. He's the crew chief. And Jae-Young Kim is calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. Ortiz steps in. Burrows holds ball in glove, covered the chin, and comes set. Puts that front foot a little bit in front at an angle while he works first base side of the rubber in the first pitch. Called a strike on a curveball outside edge. Count starts out at 0-1. Ortiz hitting .208 this season with a .647 OPS, 10 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 23 runs driven in, 39 games played with Bowie. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball again. That one hits the bottom edge for a called strike. It's 0-2. Well, I said it. There's a lot of late bite and a lot of hard bite on that curveball from Mike Burrows. And Bowie is picking up on it early here. They've not been able to do anything with it just yet because they're watching a lot of these called for strikes. The 0-2. Late swing, poked right side, and through the gap for a base hit. Henderson gets the wave around. The throw from center goes to second, and they get the runner. Did the run score? It looks like the run might not have scored. Kyle Moore is coming down saying that Gunnar Henderson had crossed home plate before the throw got to second base to take out Hudson Haskin. And Moore is frustrated on this one. He's saying that Henderson had already left the batting circle because he had crossed so far before that throw got in to beat Henderson, or to take out Haskin. And Moore is still out there frustrated about this one, as it looks like Bowie has been taken, robbed of a run, in essence. That's a tough one. Should have been an RBI for Joey Ortiz, but Hudson Haskin is thrown out on an outfield assist by Matt Frazier. It goes 9-4, and the inning is over. We're on to the bottom of the first. Bowie, nothing. Altoona coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminous.health.org.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
We're on to the bottom of the first here at PNG Field as Bowie and Altoona are scoreless. The Baysox, in essence, robbed of a run because of a missed call at home plate by the home plate umpire. Discuss it more in a second, but we've got to tell you about this starting lineup for Altoona as Zach Peak gets ready to work. Andres Alvarez leads off at second base, followed by Jared Triolo at third, Leover Peguero at shortstop, Aaron Shackleford at first. Matt Frazier in right, Matt Gorski in center, Connor Scott in left, Brent Sitta the DH, and Dylan Shockley is the ninth batter catching today. Give you more information on the curve in a second as Andres Alvarez digs in and checks his swing at a fastball down and inside for a called strike to open. The Curve are the AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're managed by Kyron Madison, assisted by Drew Bennett, John Nunley, and Blake Butler. Here's the 0-1. Misses up and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike on Alvarez. Altoona is 22-24 on the season, a 3-game losing streak, 6-4 over their last 10, and 11-11 when playing at home. Here's the 1-1 from Zach Peak. Curveball bounces in, count goes to 2-1. Once more, that lineup for Altoona: Alvarez, Triolo, Peguero, Shackleford, Frazier, Gorski, Scott, Sitta, Shockley, all to face off against Zach Peak on the mound. 2 balls and a strike here on Alvarez. Next pitch is swung on and lifted out toward left. Little deep toward the corner, but not that deep. Cespedes will curl back on it and makes the catch while trending a little bit toward the warning track. There's one away. Defensive alignment for Bowie here in the bottom of the first. Cespedes, then Hudson Haskin and Cody Roberts from left to right in the outfield. Gunnar Anderson at third base, Joey Ortiz at short, Jordan Westberg is at second, and Andrew Dashbach is at first. Maverick Hanley catches behind the plate for Zach Peak on the mound. First pitch home to Jared Triolo. Called a strike. Fastball bottom edge. It's 0-1. Zach Peak, a 6'3", 190-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Pineville, North Carolina, acquired in a trade with the Los Angeles Angels in 2019, the 0-1. Called a strike again. Fastball nicks the lower outside corner. It's 0-2. Well, on the season for Bowie, Peak has gone 0-2 with a 4.82 ERA. Just 18 2/3 innings. He struck out 16, walked only 6. He has allowed 1 home run. The 0-2 pitch misses away, a changeup. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Triolo, a .265 average this year, .659 OPS in 42 games. 7 doubles, no triples or homers. He's driven in just 2 runs. He scored twice yesterday, the 1-2. Late swing, poked out, right field, base hit. Just a little how-do-you-do flair for Jared Triolo. He's got hits in 3 consecutive games now, and he's the first base runner for Altoona with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's Leover Peguero. Third base plays in. Peguero did try to surprise a bunt yesterday, but came up empty. First pitch here is called a strike on a wide curveball. Peguero, he just can't believe it out of the gate. He's not in for a good day if it's going to start like this for him. 0-1 with a runner at first and 1 gone. Here's the next from Peak. Misses away, a changeup. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Peguero, a .312 average with an .853 OPS, 14 doubles and 4 triples in 41 games played. He's homered 4 times and driven in 30 runs. But he went 0 for 5 yesterday, and a very rare 0 for at that. Here's the 1-1. Peguero watches down and away, another breaking ball from Zach Peak, and the count goes to 2-1. Peguero lost out on a 10-game hit streak that he had accumulated going into the start of this series. And there was just something about it that he could not pick up the off-speed pitches that he was being served by any of the 3 Bowie pitchers that night. Pickoff throw back to first, comes up empty, and the count stays at 2-1. We'll wait on the next offering. Drew Rom tossed 3 2/3 yesterday. Jensen Elliott an inning and a third. Noah Denoyer picked up a 4-inning save. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Goes chasing on the curveball down, and the count evens at 2. That was the pitch that Peguero just could not pick up yesterday. There was one at-bat in particular, his only plate appearance against Jensen Elliott in the 5th inning. Elliott just fed him 3 straight curveballs in the mid-70s, and Peguero chased at all of them. Another 2-2, misses away, and the count fills. First full count of the day for either pitcher. Peguero hitting 5 for 12 with full counts this year. Driven in 3 runs, walked 4 times, struck out 4 times. Runner at first, 1 away. And a delayed takeoff. Peak didn't realize it as the pitch is lined foul, third base side. Oh, that's a game saver there for Zach Peak at the moment. A delayed steal by Jared Triolo. Peak was too locked in to stop out of the set motion and go to second base. He had started the delivery and couldn't change from there. Peguero fouled it off, and that sends the runner back to first. See if Triolo tries it again. Stays put. The payoff is grounded to third. This could be 2. Henderson gloves sends to second for Westberg. Back to Dashbach, and it's in time. 5-4-3 double play, and the inning is over. A 1-out single for Jared Triolo, taken off the board from Zach Peak. And as we go to the second, it's Bowie nothing, Altoona nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Make sure you've got your Jedi cloaks ready on Saturday, July 16th for Star Wars Saturday at Prince George's Stadium. Meet dozens of Star Wars characters out at the ballpark, take part in interactive exhibits and lightsaber battles, and you can bid on specialty game-worn jerseys by the Baysox players at the game. It's all sponsored by Taco Bell, and it comes your way on Saturday, July 16th. So get your tickets now for Star Wars Saturday at the ballpark by heading to Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at Baysox.com.
Second inning action here in Altoona as the Baysox and the Curve are scoreless. Bottom edge, the Baysox lineup due up. They collected 3 hits in the first inning but couldn't score. Cody Roberts will lead off against Mike Burrows, who needed 14 pitches in that first frame. First pitch, nicked foul on a fastball high at 94 on the gun, and it's 0-1. Roberts comes in a .241 average and a .689 OPS, 4 doubles, no triples, 3 homers, 18 runs driven in. They play him straight up on the infield and outfield as the wind has started to die down a little bit here at PNG Field. Next pitch called a strike on a changeup away, and it's 0-2. Well, if you listen quickly while I breezed through the lineup, you heard that Cody Roberts is in right field, and that's not a mistake. He is in right field today. The 0-2 pitch misses up and away, a fastball, count to a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie's not dealing with as many of their same injury issues, but they want to make sure that they get guys some ample rest, and you can put a catcher in the outfield from time to time, and Roberts has the ability to do it. Next pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away. Count goes even at 2. J.D. Mundy and Adam Hall both have some stiffness that I've heard about, some tightness, nothing specific, as Roberts asks for time. Hall was a late scratch from the lineup yesterday, so just to give him the extra day of rest, they're going with Roberts in right. Base is empty, nobody out. The 2-2 pitch to Roberts is swung on and missed low for strike 3. Chases on the change-up, and that's the first strikeout for Mike Burrows. 1 away here in the second inning. Roberts had plenty of experience playing in the outfield already in his career. He had a couple of games in the outfield with AAA Norfolk last season. A couple of games with Aberdeen as well, and he played plenty of outfield when he was at UNC. So it's not outside of his realm. Here's Maverick Hanley, first pitch. This is high. 1-0 to start. Hanley, a .235 average, a .702 OPS with 4 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, 12 driven in 25 games. Next pitch, swinging just a piece foul. Hits off of the catcher and off of home plate, and the count goes even at 1. We heard our conversation with Kyle Moore yesterday. Asked him a little bit about Hanley and how much he liked the way that Hanley just stepped up to the task of having to catch in 3 consecutive games when Cody Roberts was bumped up to the taxi squad for just 3 days. And Hanley really rose to the occasion. Didn't really look like it fazed him much at all. Here's the 1-1. Curveball bounced over to the right side. Alvarez is right there. Second baseman gloves and fires to first in time for a 4-3 putout, 2 away. And I've said it plenty, and I will continue to say it probably for the rest of my life, is that catcher is one of the most physically demanding positions on a baseball diamond. Because, yeah, you do exert a lot of energy and a lot of work while you're delivering the pitch, but the entire time you're doing that, the catcher is still in that squat position, and they have to do essentially 125 body squats each game. Here's Andrew Dashbach. First pitch, a curveball called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. And if at any point, at anywhere in my life, you asked me to do 125 body squats, I would ask if you gave me a week. I probably couldn't even do it in a week. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Fastball down, and the count to 0-2. Dashbach, a 170 average this year with a 675 OPS, 35 games played with a double, 6 homers, 15 driven in. Base is empty, 2 away. The 0-2 pitch from Burrows is swung on in line deep to left field. Scott's running on it. He looks up, and it's gone! Andrew Dashbach says goodbye. His 7th home run is a 105-mile-an-hour bomb to left. A solo shot here in the second gives Bowie the 1-0 lead. RBI number 16 for Dashbach this season. Just the 3rd home run given up by Mike Burrows this year. And now it turns over to Christopher Cespedes. 421 feet away from home plate. He muscled that one out of here. First pitch to Cespedes. Called a strike. Fastball lower outside corner. It's 0-1. So Bowie is struck first once again. The 0-1 misses away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. They did so yesterday, scored first in the first inning. Did it on Sunday and on Saturday in their 2 finals against Erie when they picked up wins at the end of that series. Next pitch to Cespedes misses high. Count goes to 2-1. That's really what's been helping Bowie a lot, too. Jumping out to those early leads. When they were on that stretch, losing 13 of 14, they didn't do it as often. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Change up down, and the count evens at 2 on Cespedes. Left fielder only 1 for 16 with Bowie so far this season. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Here's the 2-2. Misses down. Change up runs the count full. Cespedes has only worked to a full count twice with Bowie. Struck out once, walked once. Base is empty, 2 away. The payoff from Burrows is popped up behind home, coming our way. That one will touch down once off of a seat back. Probably only about 20 feet in front of me here in the booth. But it keeps the count full as Burrows is up to about 30 pitches now. The payoff to Cespedes. Misses down, ball 4. Ball trickles between the legs of the catcher Shockley, but Cespedes doesn't really care about it. He has first base freely anyway. That's the first walk given up by Burrows today, just the 13th this season in a little over 44 innings. Now it goes back to the top of the lineup, and Jordan Westberg popped out to the shortstop his first time up. I didn't give you the numbers on Westy at the start of this game. It moved so quickly, 247 average. With an 815 OPS in 43 games, he leads the league with 14 doubles, has 8 homers and 29 runs driven in. That ribby is good for second on the team behind Gunnar Henderson. Runner at first, 2 away. Burrows deals the first. Misses wide. A changeup. Count starts out at 1-0. Been a lot of first pitch strikes for Mike Burrows. That's only the third first pitch ball that he's served up. Looks back, runner at first, and deals the 1-0. Westberg watches a called strike on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball away. Count evens at 1. Well, Burrows is set to get up to 97. We've just not seen it yet today. He has been hitting 96 routinely. See if he dials it up at any point, maybe for a put-down pitch. Here's the 1-1. Westberg swings through a changeup low, and the count to a ball and 2 strikes. As Bowie leads 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. Runner at first, 2 away. Solo home run by Andrew Dashbach. Currently the only run. Pitch home to Westberg. Check swing. Curveball down and away. He held back. And the count goes even at 2. So it was a 14-pitch first inning for Burrows, in which he allowed 3 base hits. Now just 1 walk and 1 base hit here in the second inning. But he is already up to 23 pitches in this frame. Goodness. Here's the 2-2 to Westberg. Down and away. Hits the dirt, but it's kept in front by Dylan Shackleford. Consecutive full counts here for Mike Burrows. Opponents hitting 2 for 15 against him on full counts. 9 strikeouts now, 7 walks after walking Cespedes. Westberg actually puts the ball into play well with full counts. He hits 300. And Cespedes will get a jump start. With this wide outfield, you play something properly, and Cespedes can score. 1-0 Bowie leads. There he goes. The payoff is grounded slowly over toward short. Backhanded by Peguero. He charges and fires to first. It's just in time. Westberg was hustling, but the throw beat him by probably only about a half step. 6-3 putout ends the inning, but not before Bowie gets on the board. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Andrew Dashbach's solo home run, doing it all. Bottom of the second coming up. Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom-tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Advanced Care's around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First has on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. Patient First, the name fits. Bottom of the second inning as Bowie leads 1-0. First pitch to Aaron Shackleford is lined into center field for a base hit. Shackleford, coming off of a 3-hit day, has hits in back-to-back games now and 4 hits in his last 5 plate appearances. Lead-off runner for Altoona, as that's a tying run with Matt Frazier due up now. Frazier, a .211 average this season with a .601 OPS, 37 games played. He has 9 doubles and a triple, 3 homers, 20 runs driven in. First pitch home. Breaking ball misses inside, and the count starts out at 1-0. So Drew Rahm didn't really seem to be on as much of a pitch limit yesterday. If he was, it was probably around the high 50s. See if Zach Peak is today as well. The 0-1 misses down. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike on Frazier. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the second, a 1-0 game. Here's the next. Misses up and away, a breaking ball, count to 2-1. Peak was on about a 40-pitch limit his last time through. Only got into the second inning, collected 2 outs, and had to be lifted from there. Left with the bases loaded and allowed a grand slam, or I should say the reliever out of the pen allowed a grand slam. 2-1. Grounded foul, first base side. Count evens at 2 on Frazier. So all 3 of those runs were charged to Peak. And he eventually took the loss in that game. He's at about 21 pitches right now, still waiting for his first out in the second. 2-2. Broken bat, bouncer right back to Peak. Sizes up the throw to short. It's picked by Ortiz and sent to Dashbach in time to turn the double play. That's a risky one. Bowie did have a... Actually, no, it was Erie the other day who had a miscue trying to turn a double play back to the pitcher. I'm getting my teams mixed up. But that's a nice little 1-6-3 double play to eliminate that lead single. It's first double play that Peak has turned this season. Now on to Matt Gorski. First pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count opens up at 1-0. So that'll get you right back into the rhythm and right back in with that efficiency. You know, I'm a big fan of that pitches per inning pitched mark as well. As the 1-0 comes in. Misses just wide a curveball. Count goes to 2-0. Peak averages about 16 pitches per inning pitched. He needed 15 pitches in the first. And he's well ahead of his curve right now after that double play. Here's the 2-0 to Gorski. Fastball misses down and in. Count goes to 3-0, but he's falling behind quickly. Shackleford attacked the first pitch. Matt Frazier had a 2-1 count at one point, and now it's 3-0 on Gorski, who's hitting .250 in his young Double-A career, just 6 games. Here's the 3-0. Called a strike. Curveball hits the outside edge, and the count to 3-1. 708 OPS for Gorski, a homer, 3 runs driven in. 8 strikeouts, 3 walks. Wind out to left field as the 3-1 comes in, and it's down and away for ball 4. First walk given up by Peak today, just the 6th, 7th this season. Heavy gust of wind just came through. We've got an additional microphone here that we try to use to pick up some more bat-on-ball sounds, ball in glove, and it just blew the whole microphone. Angled it all the way to the on section like 204 over here. I don't want to pick up any random conversations, trying to get the actual game. Here's Connor Scott. Runner at first, 2 away. First pitch, left-hander. Watches high, a fastball. Count opens up at 1-0. So it's back-to-back first pitch balls for Zach Peak. He had a first pitch strike to each of the first 5 batters he faced. Here's the 1-0. Fastball called a strike on the inside edge, and the count evens at 1. Connor Scott, a .293 average this season, a .766 OPS. 34 games played. He's doubled 9 times, tripled twice. Has a homer and 14 runs driven in. Bowie ahead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 pitch to Scott. Misses up and away. Count goes to 2-1. Very calm day here at PNG Field in Altoona. Another beautiful day with just a couple of clouds spotted above. Nothing really too overarching. A lot of these mountainous regions in Pennsylvania, they're very beautiful to drive through, and you can see why. When you just look past this outfield wall, and you can see that vista of the mountains stretching further and further back over each of their own individual skylines. It's beautiful. 2-1 the count on Scott. Pitch home. Flared foul left side out of play, and the count goes even at 2. So I said at Peak was ahead of his normal curve when it comes to that pitches per inning pitched. But now he's back on track. Threw 15 pitches in the first. He's now thrown 16 pitches here in the second. So that happens when you walk a batter and run another one to a 2-2 count. Runner feigns the takeoff as the next one is swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a hanging curve down, and Hanley keeps it from hitting the dirt. First strikeout for Zach Peak, and he's through 2 scoreless frames here at PNG Field. third inning coming up in Altoona as Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
2, 3, and 4 in the Bowie lineup, set to bat here in the third inning as Bowie leads 1-0. PNG Field in Altoona, a beautiful day for Baysox baseball. Gunnar Henderson will lead it off against Mike Burrows. As the right-hander works from the first base side and fires the first pitch home, Henderson watches changeup called for strike on the inside edge. Well, a lot was said when looking at some of the reports on Burrows about his accuracy, his precision. And it's living up to the hype right now. He's picked up so many called strikes. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Fastball, middle. Henderson might have been expecting a breaking ball in again, and the count goes to 0-2. And I brought this up very, very briefly last game. Didn't actually get time to delve into it as the 0-2 misses down a changeup. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Minor League Baseball and Major League Baseball have been putting in a lot more effort to make more statistics more available for the minors. And they've been doing a good job at it, but I feel like they are overlooking one thing. The 1-2 is grounded foul right side, count stays. They're not overlooking the 1-2. That was just a 1-2 pitch. I think they're overlooking easier access and quicker access to called strikes and swinging strike rates in the minors. They just tell you how many strikes it was. Another 1-2 to Henderson is lifted high and deep the other way, but this one slicing to the corner and getting out foul. A little bit of opposite field power for Henderson, and it would have gotten out up the third base line if it stayed fair. 328 feet on the TrackMan readout, and it's 325 feet down the line. But it stays at a ball and 2 strikes as Henderson sticks around for another. The pitch misses inside, nearly clipped him on a curveball, and the count goes even at 2. Henderson singled in the first inning, got to second base, and probably should have scored. It was a very interesting call by the home plate umpire that we're still looking for clarification on. The 2-2 misses just wide, a changeup. Burrows thought he had it, but it runs the count full. And Henderson raced around to score on a single by Joey Ortiz, but the throw went to second base where they caught Hudson Haskin rounding too hard, and the home plate umpire said that Henderson did not cross home plate before Haskin was tagged out. Here's the payoff. Called strike 3 on the inside. Henderson realized it was borderline, a little upset that he didn't offer more at it, but that's the second strikeout for Mike Burrows in the first backwards K. 1 gone here in the third. Yeah, that is something that I'd just really like to see a little bit more of, is the swinging strike and the called strike rate. Now, I know there are some services that put in excellent time calculating those numbers as Hudson Haskin swings through the first pitch he sees, a fastball upper outside corner. It's 0-1. I know Baseball Reference is one. Fangraphs also puts in effort to calculate the swinging strike rate for a lot of batters, and I actually do have that on hand. Hudson Haskin's swinging strike rate is 10.9%. Here's the 0-1. Check swing on a pitch low, curveball, and the count goes even at 1. So what that swinging strike rate tells you is that on about 11% of the pitches Hudson Haskins sees, he will swing and miss at them. Here's the 1-1. Grounded over to the left side, holding on at the third baseman Triolo. He picks it shoulder high, charges and fires to first to get it. 5-3 put out, and there's 2 away. Now on to Cesar Prieto. As Bowie leads 1-0 here in the top of the third inning, a solo home run by Andrew Dashbach doing all the work. But that is one of the few things that I just miss. I wish I could see from some of these minor league baseball readouts is quicker access to called and swinging strike rates. As the first pitch to Cesar Prieto is a fastball that misses down and in for a ball, it's 1-0. Not even necessarily the rates, just on the quick readout where it says 49 pitches, now 50 pitches for Burrows, 34 for strikes. Here's the 1-0. Prieto watches down and in for a ball, it's 2-0. All I'd like to see just in addition to that is maybe just a couple of extra numbers saying he's had 20 called strikes, 10 swinging strikes, and like 4 foul balls, something like that. Here's the 2-0. Lifted foul the other way. Count goes to 2-1 on Prieto. Well, of course, it would also be balls put in play, too, and the Baysox have put the ball into play 10 times at this point because base hits and putouts in the field count as strikes. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a piece back to the screen, and the count goes even at 2 on Prieto. Bases empty, 2 away here in the top of the third inning. Prieto popped out to second base back in the first. Still a nice, warm, sunny day here in Altoona with a bit of shadow on foul ground now. The 2-2. Prieto watches inside, a fastball at 96. Infield was headed back to the dugout, but that one was a lot more off edge than Gunnar Henderson's called strike 3, which was about as borderline as you could call a strike 4. Runs it full on Prieto, third full count that Burrows has worked to today. The payoff home. Prieto spoils it foul the other way, so we'll stick around for another. But Burrows is getting up there in pitch count. That was number 55. Remember, he needed 83 pitches for 7 scoreless innings in his last start. Probably not going to do that today. He's already missed out on the scoreless part. Another payoff to Prieto is inside ball 4. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he just really tried to get him to fish on that fastball low and inside. Fed it on 3 consecutive pitches. Prieto did foul off that penultimate offering, but realized it was coming again and just decided against it. That's the second walk given up by Burrows today. Both of his walks have been with 2 outs. He's not walked more than 2 batters in any outing this year. Here's Joey Ortiz. First pitch to the right-hander. Driven foul, right side. That one gets out of play. Count starts out at 0-1. Bowie ahead 1-0 here in the top of the third inning. 4 hits for the Baysox, 2 for Altoona. No errors across. Ortiz has 1 of the hits. Probably should have driven in a run back in the first, as we were talking about. Here's the 0-1. Inside, nearly clipped him. Fastball came close to the hands, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Burrows sets. Fires the next, and Ortiz lofts it out toward right field again, and this one's down for a base hit. Matt Frazier picks it on the bounce, and the throw goes back to second base. Cesar Prieto realized Hudson Haskins' mistake earlier and did not venture too far off the bag. He gets into second and holds there as Joey Ortiz picks up his second hit of the day. Ortiz is starting to roll a little bit again. That's his 8th multi-hit game of the season. He's got hits in 3 of his last 4 games for Bowie, and now Cody Roberts will dig in with an opportunity to maybe drive in an insurance run while Dylan Shackleford heads out to talk with his battery mate on the mound. Well, I was catching up with Roberts the other day. I initially wasn't aware that he was headed up to the taxi squad at first. Fortunately, Baysox clubhouse coordinator John Weinberg had told me about it, said that he was on the taxi squad and not physically with Norfolk when he was called up to the Norfolk roster. So I was just glad to be able to chat with Cody and say, well, I was Boston. Did you get out to do anything? What was it like working with the big league club, stuff like that? He said he liked it. He said it was a very fun experience to go and see Fenway Park, of course, because that's just such a historic ballpark. He was in the bullpen while the Orioles were playing the Red Sox. But he said he was almost a little tired of it, a little anxious because he didn't get to play. First pitch to Roberts is called a strike on a changeup outside edge. That one just barely nicks the zone, and it's 0-1. And he said after the first day it was almost a little boring because he had already seen everything and he wasn't getting to play. He wanted to get back to play, so he was really glad to actually get back to the Baysox and here in Altoona. The 0-1 misses away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. And, of course, he showed that he was ready to get back after going 2 for 4 yesterday with a run driven in. Roberts struck out swinging in the second inning, but a base hit here would give Bowie some cushion. They lead 1-0 with 2 outs in the top of the third. Here's the 1-1. Roberts lofts it out toward deep left center field. Gorski running a long way back, but it's over his head. One hops the wall and goes over the fence. An automatic double for Cody Roberts. That'll drive in just 1 run. Joey Ortiz will have to head back to third base as he was cruising home. But the Baysox do get that insurance on Roberts' 5th double of the season. It's 2-0. 102 miles an hour off the bat and 396 feet away from home. If he just placed that a little bit to the left, it probably could have gone out. It's only 385 feet, just a little bit further left of center. But Roberts will still gladly take the ribby as the Baysox add on another against Burroughs. And it's still 2 in scoring position now as pitching coach Drew Bennis comes out to have a conversation with Burroughs. So last season, first time I had stopped by Altoona and I saw the name on the roster there, Drew Bennis. It took me a little bit to kind of put 2 and 2 together, and then when I saw some little notes on social media from a player that I had followed growing up, because I'm from St. Louis, a Cardinals fan, so Andy Bennis, a pitcher for the Cardinals, I thought, oh, well, that must be Andy Bennis. It just goes by Drew maybe for some reason. No, I realized 2 days ago that's his son. I didn't find that out until I'd been corrected by some of the folks here in Altoona that no, that is not Andy Bennis. That is his son, Drew Bennis. He just goes by Drew, which is a little more notable. But Drew, a very young up-and-comer in the Pirates coaching staff, actually pitched in the Cardinals organization himself for a little bit, but this is his second year here with the Curve, and he's really been putting together some just really good arms. They've got one of the best staffs in the league and some of the best arms themselves just in Burroughs. But that league-leading ERA is taking a hit today as Maverick Hanley steps in. First pitch is a changeup called for strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. Hanley grounded out to second, his first time up in the second. But Bowie has 1 run across here in the third, a 2-out RBI double from Cody Roberts, and now they have second and third. The 0-1. Half swing, a curveball away. They'll appeal on it, and he went. Crew chief Tom Fornarola making the official call there, and the count quickly to 0-2. Hanley 208 with runners in scoring position this season. Had a fantastic month of May, though. Finished with a .320 average and an .857 OPS. Struck out as many times as he walked. The 0-2 pitch. Hanley swings through it. Changeup away, and he's down on strikes. Third strikeout for Mike Burroughs. He bookends the inning with strikeouts. But between those two, the Baysox put on 2 base hits, and they score another run. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. The Baysox lead 2-0 as we move to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Nitro Circus is back with an all-new tour coming to Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Fueled by new athletes, new tricks, and the craziest contraptions, the Good, Bad, and Rad Tour presented by A-Shock marries the sketchy, scary, and cringe-worthy dangers of big air action sports to the hilarious comedy of Nitro's lunatic daredevils who risk their lives to send it. Bowie, it's going down at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Tickets as low as $35 are on sale now at Baysox.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Well, it's a special Baysox Live Happy Hour on Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium. Along with the usual live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30, it's also Margaritaville night out at the ballpark. Get your flip-flops, salt shakers, and Hawaiian t-shirts ready to celebrate cruise culture with Margaritaville night, sponsored by Bud Light. That's Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com. The 13-game road trip continues tomorrow and into next week when the Baysox visit with the Harrisburg Senators, and then the Bowies are back for just their lone full homestand on Tuesday, June 14th. It's 7 games in 6 days against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Brent Sitta, the leadoff batter, grounds the first pitch he sees to third, and it's off the outstretched glove of Gunnar Henderson into left. Leadoff single for Sitta. He's got hits in 6 consecutive games now as the third inning gets underway, the home half, more specifically, here at PNG Field. Baysox ahead 2-0 as Dylan Shockley, the catcher, will step in. Zach Peak, just up to 33 pitches so far today. First home to Shockley. Right-hander watches a called strike. Middle on a fastball. It's 0-1. Shockley only hitting .115 this season with a .387 OPS in 9 games. A double, no homers or runs driven in. He struck out 13 times, walked twice. Peak would like another double play here. The 0-1 grounded to short. He might get it. Ortiz sidearms to second. Westberg to Dashbach, and it's there. That's the first double play that Shockley has hit into, and the Baysox have turned a double play in each of the first 3 innings now. Happened in the same way in the second. A leadoff single on the first pitch by Aaron Shackleford, and a double play. This one a 6-4-3. The one in the second was a 1-6-3. But it still records 2 outs, and that's what Zach Peak is most concerned about. Goes back to the top of the lineup, and Andres Alvarez. Here's the first pitch. Right-hander watches a curveball and a beauty. Hit middle after the break for a called strike. It's 0-1. Alvarez flew out to left field, fairly deep his last time up. And time called by Alvarez in the box. I know Bowie turned at least 2 double plays yesterday. Did they turn a third? Because Leover Peguero hit into 2, one in the first inning and then one to end the game. I don't think they turned a third. But Bowie is really starting to pick them up. Here's the 0-1. Grounded to third, should end the inning. Henderson gloves at the shoulder, fires a bit low to first, and it's dug out by Andrew Dashbach in time. 5-3 put out, and Peak is cruising now. Faced the minimum in the first and now again in the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. On to the fourth. Bowie leads 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom-tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Friday, June 17th at Prince George's Stadium is Mother and Son Night Out. Special events for mothers and sons, including catching the outfield, if I'm not mistaken, postgame. as well as the Scouts BSA Campout. Special tickets required. Head to BaysoxShop.com to learn more. Andrew Dashbach will lead things off here in the fourth inning and watches a first pitch curveball miss down and away for a ball. It's 1-0 to start here as we move to the fourth with a 2-0 Bowie lead. Mike Burrows still continues to deal for the curve, and he fires a pitch high to Dashbach now at 95 on the fastball. Count goes to 2-0. Dashbach responsible for the first of Bowie's 2 runs, a solo home run back in the second. Next pitch misses down and away, a breaking ball. Count to 3-0. First time that Burrows has done this today. He's worked to 2, make it 3 full counts, but hasn't started anyone out 3-0. Here's the next. Dashbach watches called strike on a fastball only at 93 on the outside edge. A little slippage there from Mike Burrows. Shadow starting to push across into the infield now. Pretty much all of the grass between the mound and home, but that's it. Here's the 3-1. Up and in, ball 4. So Dashbach draws the free pass. First time all season that Mike Burrows has walked more than 2 batters in a single inning. Single inning, single game. I swear, I'm like a 1990s modem sometimes. It takes me 5 seconds to figure out what I was saying after I've already said it. That's what happens when you've got 2 computer screens up. You're watching the game, staring at your scorecard, following the... It's a lot. Here's Christopher Cespedes, first pitch. Called a strike. Curveball hit the outside edge. Maybe a bit wide, but it's 0-1 to start. Cespedes drew the first of what's now 3 walks against Burrows in the second inning. He did it with 2 outs and was left stranded at first when Jordan Westberg immediately grounded out. Runner at first, nobody out here in the fourth as the 0-1. There's the curve. That one was more on the zone than the previous pitch that was called for strike, but Cespedes gets it called for a ball in his favor. Count evens. Happy to see Dashbach's walk numbers starting to jump back up just a little bit. As the next pitch to Cespedes is grounded up the middle, off the mound, into center field for a base hit. Dashbach is into second base. Cespedes now has hits in 2 of his last 3 games for Bowie, his second here with the Baysox. And now they're cooking a little bit here in the top of the fourth as Altoona has a right-hander throwing in the bullpen. Looks like that might be J.C. Flowers. The Curve have very interesting bullpens here. That the mound is facing the field of play, facing the infield. What the Baysox have and what a couple of other teams have is the mound facing away. So the pitchers are essentially facing the outfield wall, but here the pitchers face the infield. Here's Jordan Westberg. First pitch misses down and away, a changeup, 1-0 to start. Westberg drew a full count his last time up, but grounded out to short. He popped out to short in the first inning. He's got hits in 6 consecutive games right now, still trying to extend it to 7. And if he does it here, Bowie would probably get a little more insurance as they lead 2-0. Here's the 1-0. Westberg watches up and away. Nearly a back pick, but Dylan Shockley, the catcher, couldn't make the transfer in time. I don't think he was comfortable with the grip that came out of the glove. He had the ball, but just didn't release it. So that runs the count to 2-0 on Westberg, and it leads to a quick meeting on the mound. Fans, the Orioles' future is on MILB.TV. Every game this season, home and away, streamed live. You use the promo code BAYSOX in all capitals, BAYSOX at checkout, and you can save $10 on a yearly subscription. Any device you can watch, MILB.TV. Head on over for details now. 2-0 the count on Westberg. Burrows delivers, and Westberg watches a called strike. 94-mile-an-hour fastball down and in. 286 average with runners in scoring position this season. Lights on here at PNG Field, but still the sunlight, I'd say, carrying about 99% of the load. The 2-1. Nicked foul off of the catcher and back to the screen. Burrows back into this plate appearance now as the count goes even at 2. But he is up to 77 pitches. Most he's thrown at any point this season is 90. That was over just 4 2/3 innings against Erie back on May 8th. First and second, nobody out, the 2-2. In the dirt, smothered by Shockley, and the count fills. So second time that Westberg has drawn a full count today. He's into 3 double plays this season. Altoona's turned 30 of them. If they get one here, Bowie would only have one runner at third. And time called. Shockley, the one that asked for it behind the dish. Burrows stays ready to go, comes set down at the waist. Sends home the payoff. Westberg fouls it off back to the screen once more. We'll stick around for the next pitch. This has got to be the last batter that Burrows faces. Can't imagine they let him go up against Gunnar Henderson, even though Henderson did strike out looking in the third inning, his last time up. This high of a pitch count, with his velocity dipping, he could really serve something up on a platter to the left-hander. So this is probably it for Burrows. Another payoff to Westberg is away, ball 4. Curveball missed well wide, and Shockley had to scoot a long way to receive it, pretty much in the opposing batter's box, and that's a season's high 4 walks for Mike Burrows. Ties a career high to boot. And let's see if that was the last batter he faced. It is. There's Kyron Madison. Hasn't made the point just yet, and this is the first mound visit of the inning. A lot going into this one as Burrows is at 81 pitches. But it looks like the reliever is descending from the mound in the bullpen. Hasn't actually started to walk over just yet. He's waiting for the call. Looks like Madison will still give Burrows an opportunity to maybe plead his case here about going toe-to-toe with Gunnar Henderson. Henderson singled in the first inning up the middle, and again, he probably should have scored. Looks like they will finally make the switch, though. We can tell you more about Henderson's previous plate appearances in a couple of seconds. We've got to step aside, though, as the Curve make a pitching change. Bowie has bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. They lead 2-0. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back to PNG Field as we continue with the top of the 4th inning. Altoona headed to the bullpen for the first time today and going with right-hander Tanaj Thomas. It was a season's low for Mike Burrows today. His shortest start of the year at just 3 innings plus some change. He tied a career high with 7 hits allowed, and his line is not closed. While he has allowed 2 runs, the bases are loaded and all 3 runners aboard belong to him. He struck out only 3 and tied another career high with 4 walks given up. 81 pitches, 50 strikes for the starter Burrows. Makes way for Tanaj Thomas to face off against Gunnar Henderson. Henderson 1 for 1 with the bases loaded this season. He's got 3 runs driven in. First pitch home. He swings and gets a piece, fouls it off with the catcher and his own foot, and the count starts out at 0-1. Tanaj Thomas, a 6'4", 210-pound, 22-year-old right-hander, native of the Freeport in the Bahamas. Traded from the Cleveland organization in 2018. Fires the 0-1 to Henderson, and it's swung on and driven high toward left field. This will at least score the run toward the corner as Scott looks to square it up in the corner, makes the catch, footing the line, fires it back to the infield as Andrew Dashbach descends from third. So a sacrifice fly on a deep drive by Henderson is his first RBI of the day, 31st of the season, and gives Bowie a 3-0 advantage. That run charged to Mike Burrow, so he's up to 3 allowed today. Most he's given up in any outing this year was 4. That's when he pitched against Somerset halfway through May. Here's Hudson Haskin. First and second, now 1 away. Double play could end the inning, and Haskin has hit into 3 of them this season. First pitch home. Haskin watches breaking ball called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Thomas, 13 appearances. This being his 14th, ties him for the most out of the Altoona pen this year. He's got a 2-3 record and a 5.65 ERA. Here's the 0-1. Swinging just a piece into the mid of the catcher. Count goes to 0-2 on Haskin, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a ground out to third. Tanaj had never allowed an inherited runner to score entering this game, but already did allow 1 after that sac fly by Henderson. But he has Haskin behind 0-2. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him on 3 pitches. That last one, a changeup down and away. First strikeout for Tanaj Thomas. 4th overall for Altoona pitching, and now just 2 away. That's a very big bounce back for Thomas to try and dance out of this jam that was handed to him. Cesar Prieto digs in. He drew a walk and scored in the 3rd. Popped out to second base in the 1st. Still doesn't have a run driven in here in Double-A. Bowie leads 3-0. First pitch to the lefty Prieto is grounded up the first baseline, but just foul. That one by less than 6 inches. Probably by about 3 inches. Just up the line, barely. Starts us out at a 0-1 count. Well, there was a Bahamian pitcher in Bowie's last series, Chavez Fernander, reliever for the Erie Seawolves. Second year he was pitching with them, and now it looks like Dylan Shockley. Did he get nicked by the backswing of Cesar Prieto? Kyron Madison and the athletic trainer for Altoona, Victor Silva, are out to just look over Shockley as he's just kind of crouched down on elbows on knees and mask off, head in hands for just a moment. I didn't catch what might have happened, so I can't tell you anything in specifics. But it is runners at first and second for Bowie here with 2 away in the top of the 4th inning, a 3-0 advantage. Cesar Prieto, though, is behind at 0-1. We're talking a little bit about Tanaj Thomas. If I'm not mistaken, there is only one active major leaguer from the Bahamas, and that's Jazz Chisholm. He's currently with Miami. There's been 8 total Bahamian-born major leaguers. There's never been 2 in the majors since 1973. I wonder if there's ever been 3. See if that Seawolves reliever, Chavez Fernander, could make the jump up someday. So I do recall that he was mid-season promotion last year, Chavez Fernander. Started the season with the Seawolves. Now here's Tanaj Thomas. Spent 2021 with High A Greensboro the entire season with Kyron Matson. The Pirates do something similar to what the Orioles do when it comes to having their managers follow a lot of their players up through the ranks on a year-by-year basis. It's what Kyle Moore is doing for Bowie. It's worked out very, very well. He really enjoys the opportunity. Everyone looks to be okay, so we'll settle in for the 0-1 pitch to Cesar Prieto. Here it comes, and it's inside. Shockley shifts to his right to keep it in front, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike on that fastball. Thomas has 14 1/3 innings under his belt this season. He struck out 11 batters and walked 10, has allowed 2 home runs. Outfield plays deep and a slight bit to pull for Prieto, who's pulling it 48% of the time here in Double-A. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a piece into the mid of the catcher, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. But again, runners on base still belong to the starter Mike Burrows, who's in line for a loss as Bowie leads 3-0. Already 7 hits for the Baysox. They've really been making such great contact over the last 4 days. Here's the 1-2. Misses high. Shockley had to spring up out of the squat to spear it, and the count goes even at 2. Do you like that alliteration I just pulled? That one wasn't even intentional. Usually when I pull out dumb alliteration like that. It's usually intentional. Oh, goodness. 2-2 the count on Peguero. First and second, 2 gone. Thomas looks back, runner at second once, now twice. Fires the 2-2. Swinging a piece. Peguero fouls it off of his ankle. Shocks him for a second, does one quick squat himself, and now he's ready. Thomas has a very interesting build-up after coming set. He comes set at the waist and then does, I think, if I've been paying attention, right, 2 squats on the mound before going through the motions, looking around the bases, and then finally delivering. So he comes set, there's 1. Taps his front foot 3 times, and now fires the 2-2. Peguero rips it foul again up the first base line. That one just a little bit wider of the bag than that previous foul on the first pitch. But he's still timing it up well, and Aaron Shackleford at first base, he's hugging the line a little bit closer in response. With how deep these outfields are, you hit it that far up the line, a fair ball, that would score the runner at first, no doubt. Jordan Westberg has speed. Another 2-2 to Peguero. Grounded to first base again. Backhanded, but off the wrist of Shackleford. He barehands it to the pitcher covering. Good redemption by the first baseman, and the 3-1 putout ends the frame. But Bowie does get another run across the board. They load the bases with nobody out. Unfortunately, can only manage 1 run on a sacrifice fly, but it's still a 3-0 game as we move to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
The Baysox have 2 fireworks shows coming up here in the month of June. They're on back-to-back days when Bowie plays 7 games in 6 days against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, Friday the 17th, Saturday the 18th. Get your tickets at Baysox.com. We move on to the bottom of the 4th here at PNG Field as Zach Peak continues to deal. He fires a first pitch ball to Jared Triolo, misses a bit high on a fast. Count starts out at 1-0. Next pitch, Triolo watches away another fastball, count to 2-0. It's Triolo, then Leover Peguero, and Aaron Shackleford due up for the curve here in this half inning as Bowie leads 3-0. Peak only needed 5 pitches for a clean third. Here's the 2-0. Called a strike, fastball hits the outside edge, just enough, and the count's at 2-1. Last 2 innings have started the same way for Peak. He's given up a single and then worked a double play. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Flared up the right field line into foul ground, and Dashbach closes the gap, makes the bucket catch at the knee. Oh, that was a tough one. Onto the warning track, he pulled it in. You really got to just keep a keen eye on it while still keeping your steps in front of you. A normal man makes a play like that, he probably trips over himself and falls. But it's one quick out, and now it's on to Leover Peguero. First pitch home. Peguero bounces it to the right side, and it sneaks through for a base hit. That was a much-needed knock for Leover Peguero. He lost out on his 10-game hit streak last night. after going 0 for 5, and he started today by hitting into a double play. If you've been following along, that was 6 plate appearances for Peguero before that single 8 seconds ago. 6 plate appearances, he hit into 3 double plays, when previously he had only hit into 1 all year. Here's Aaron Shackleford. Let's see if Peak works another double play here. First pitch, Shackleford watches fastball, called strike, bottom edge. Count opens 0-1. Shackleford has not hit into any, and he does fly out more often than he grounds out. Singled up the middle to second, singled up the middle in second. Here's a pickoff back to first, not in time. And he got taken out on a double play. I'm just so used to these double plays at this point. Most that Bowie has ever turned in one game is 3, and they've done that in just the first 3 innings. Here's the 0-1. Called a strike. Well-placed changeup on the outside edge, and it's quickly 0-2. So Peak is getting up to where his previous pitch limit was. As a matter of fact, he just passed it. No action in the bullpen just yet as the 0-2 is driven high and shallow to right center. Hudson Haskin running down on it, camping under it, and making the catch. 2 gone. But as I say, a right-hander is up and playing long toss in the Bowie bullpen. I think that might be Connor Loprich. Looks like it might be. One of the good things about Bowie and their bullpen work, they do have a lot of, in essence, piggyback, so you can usually rely on what pitchers might be coming out of the pen based on just who's starting. Here's Matt Frazier. First pitch lifted high and deep to right, but still not deep enough. Cody Roberts, his first taste in right field, ends with a flyout. Great reception by Roberts to end the inning. A 1-out single left stranded at first. And as we move to the 5th here at PNG Field, it's Bowie 3, Altoona 0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Rolling on to the 5th inning here at PNG Field in Altoona. Quick chance to tell you about our proud sponsor, Pest Now. They provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium, so you know they're reliable. If you've got anything from general pest control, termite control, or mosquito control needs, really any pest control services, give them a call, 301-231-8300 or pestnow.com. Joey Ortiz leads off for the Baysox as Tamaj Thomas continues on the mound, and the first pitch fired home as a changeup called for strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Ortiz already a pair of hits today. It's his 8th multi-hit game of the season. Doesn't have a 3-hit game, though, yet this year. The 0-1 misses up and in. That one a little bit chin high, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. After Ortiz, it's Cody Roberts, then Maverick, Hanley due up. Here's the 1-1. Misses just down a curveball, runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. Well, the Baysox have really just been seeing the ball so well over the last few days. They've got 7 hits today over just the first 4 innings. The 2-1 pitch Bouncing ball slowly hit to the left side. A trickler, barehanded by Triolo, sent to first, and it's there. That's an experienced play by Jared Triolo in the corner. Had to pull it down with the angle and still ripped it to first on a dime. 5-3 putout, and Ortiz is robbed of his 3-hit day. Don't want to say robbed, but well, missed out on it because of an experienced play. So now on to Cody Roberts. Base is empty, now 1 out. First pitch, swing and a miss, fastball low, it's 0-1. Roberts had the automatic double in the 3rd inning over the left center field wall that drove in 1 run. Baysox have since scored another as they lead 3-0. Here's the 0-1. Misses down and away, a fastball. Count goes to 1-1. Well, Thomas has a little hesitation move that I didn't catch at first to try and throw off the timing. When he brings that leg up for the first kick, he'll drop it down and then pick it back up to try and mistime the batter. The 1-1 misses away. He didn't use it there, and the count goes to 2-1. Roberts hasn't been fazed by it, though, so he's ahead in the count now. Thomas sends home the next. Roberts rips it to 3rd and off the glove of Triolo on a bounce into left field. Roberts will head to first base. Could see that one going either way. We'll see what they toss up. It was 96 miles an hour off the bat, so that's a tough play to make. They haven't made a decision just yet. If it does go down as a hit, it'll be a multi-hit day for Cody Roberts. They've still not decided. It'd be his 6th multi-hit day of the season. And it's an error. Well, that's what I get for speculating ahead of time. First pitch home to Maverick. Hanley is called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. That is the 5th error by Jared Triolo this season at 3rd base. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down. Count goes to 0-2. You heard me say it a little bit earlier. Cody Roberts had the automatic double in the 3rd inning. That's the proper term. I don't usually like to go on rants during games, but that is the proper term. Ground rule double or grounds rule double, that's not correct. Here's the 0-2. Check swing, pitch away. Smothered by Shackley, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. A ground rule double is a double based on the specific ground rules of that particular park. There are some wedged corners here in the outfield wall at Altoona. That would be a ground rule if a ball got wedged in one of those corners. 1-2 pitch to Hanley is swung on and missed for strike 3. Breaking ball down. That's the 2nd strikeout for Tamaj Thomas this evening. 5th overall for Altoona pitching, 2 away. But it's not a ground rule that a ball bouncing over the wall is a double. That's a all of baseball kind of rule. So it's an automatic double. That's the way it's listed in the rule books. A ground rule would be like a ball getting lodged in the ivy at Wrigley Field. That doesn't happen at other ballparks, so it's a ground rule. Here's Andrew Dashbach. First pitch, swing and a miss. Dylan Shockley thought about the back pick, but he's still not actually throwing it. Did it earlier in this game where I don't know if he made the transfer improperly, didn't like the grip he got, but cocked it back and just held on to the ball. Here's the 0-1. Dashbach watches inside, and the count goes even to the ball and a strike. Perfect day at the plate for Dashbach. He's homered, walked, and scored twice. He hasn't done all of those things twice. He's just scored twice, along with a homer and a walk. And Thomas steps off the back of the rubber. Resets and does that little squat of his once more. Now a 3rd time. Here's the 1-2. Down and away, back pick to first. Tag is close, but not in time. Count goes to 2-1 on Dashbach. If the Baysox can bring another run across, it would be unearned. As they say, Roberts reached on the error by Tree. Oh, no, now they've changed it to a hit. Okay, I looked down, I looked back up, and now it says 8 hits for Bowie instead of the 1 error for Altoona. So somebody made a change somewhere along the way. Here's the next offering to Dashbach. Swung on and missed low. And the count goes even at 2. So it is a single for Roberts. What was that, his 6th multi-hit game? I said it before. I forgot it as soon as I said it. Here's the 2-2. Dashbach watches curveball inside to run it full. So Roberts will get a head start. Well, I do wonder, Thomas does have that little leg hesitation that he has used with bases empty. How often he might run into issues with that with runners on. Obviously, that's the Johnny Cueto problem. You don't want to balk. Roberts takes off. The 3-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Changeup misses away, and Thomas picks up consecutive strikeouts to strand that one-out single at first. He's got 3 on the day. We're halfway home here at PNG Field in Altoona. The Baysox lead 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's 2 of the largest fireworks shows of the season, all a part of the Baysox Independence Day weekend celebration. On Saturday, it's the post-game spectacular, sponsored by Royal Farms. And on Sunday, it's the Baysox Independence Day celebration with the biggest fireworks show of the season, sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. 2 straight days of post-game fireworks at Prince George's Stadium, and you don't want to miss it. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
Halfway home here at PNG Field in Altoona as the Baysox hold on to a 3-0 advantage. Bowie goes into the bullpen for the first time today and pulls out Connor Loprich to take over for Zach Peak. The line on Peak is final. It's a no decision for him as he only went 4 innings. He gave up 4 hits, but no runs. He struck out 1 batter and walked 1 through 45 pitches. 29 of them were for strikes. Makes way for Loprich to face off against the bottom half of the Altoona lineup, starting with number 6 batter Matt Gorski. First pitch home to the right-hander is inside, nearly clipped him. That one a little tough on an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Count opens up at 0-1. Loprich, a 6'3", 215-pound right-hander, traded to the Orioles back in 2020 from this organization. Former Pirates farmhand, the 1-0. Misses down and away for a ball. Count goes to 2-0. Initially drafted as a reliever by the Pirates from St. Mary's. He fires the next and it misses high. 3-0 to Gorski, who walked his first time up in the 2nd inning. Here's the 3-0. Up and in, ball 4. 4-pitch walk. First walk given up by Loprich. Second today for Bowie pitching. Both are against Matt Gorski. And Loprich was traded to the Orioles in exchange for straight cash and international bonus pool capacity back in September of 2020. And immediately went to the Arizona Fall League that season, made 11 appearances with High A Aberdeen the following year, and he's been with Bowie since. Here's the first pitch to Connor Scott. Fouled off left side, and the count opens up at 0-1. Loprich has made 8 appearances with Bowie this year. Does have a stint on the injured list, a brief one. 0-1 record with a 10.38 ERA. 21 2/3 innings. He struck out 22, but has walked 11 and has given up a team-high 8 home runs. Here's the 0-1. So we're going to pop up left side of the infield. Henderson waves the arms. No one's even around him, so that's just more for a show. He makes the catch, and there's one away. Well, Bowie did actually break out of a long stretch that had been plaguing them yesterday. Over all 12 games of their last homestand, the Baysox gave up at least one home run in every single one, so a stretch of 12 consecutive games. They didn't give up a home run yesterday. Altoona had 10 hits. They all stayed in the park. Here's Brent Sitta. First pitch, curveball. That one nearly hits him. Up and in, and the count starts out at 1-0. Sitta singled to left field in the third inning. Rocket shot that went underneath Gunnar Henderson's glove, but he was taken out on a double play. Zach Peak only needed 5 pitches in that third. Here's the 1-0. Fastball lifted out toward deep right. Roberts sees it, curls around on it toward the corner, and makes the catch shoulder high. So quickly, 2 gone. And now Dylan Shockley. Well, Lopritch is coming off of one of his tougher outings this season when he faced off against the Seawolves, his only appearance against Erie in that set. Erie just teed off on Bowie pitching all day. There wasn't much that the Baysox could do. He gave up 2 runs in the fourth inning, his first inning of relief, and then gave up a leadoff home run in the fifth, part of a 4-run frame. Runner takes off as the first pitch to Dylan Shockley is fouled off right side. Count opens up at 0-1. Matt Gorski has only attempted 2 steals this season. He's been successful both times. But of course, Maverick Hanley, he's one that you can't really mess with. He's caught more than half of his stolen base attempts this year. Runner stays put. The 0-1 misses down and away. That probably would have been a good pitch to go on. Curveball at only 81. The count evens at a ball and a strike. Dylan Shockley hit into a double play himself in the third inning. Altoona hit into a double play in each of the first 3 innings. So Bowie leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. 1-1 home. Shockley nicks it foul, hits off of home plate and off of Maverick Hanley. Count to 1-2. It's a 4-pitch offering for Connor Lopritch. 4-seam fastball, as well as a slider, a curve, and a change. Seems to be sitting heavy with the curveball away. That's what Zach Peak was doing a lot today, too. It interested me a little bit, but it was working. Working for a lot of contact. The 1-2 is served up the line at first, but foul. That one will touch down in the groundskeeper's nook. They've got a little inlet on the lower bowl here at PNG Field, where all the groundskeeper supplies sit. You open a quick gate, and it's just right there near the first base corner. They don't have much space in the right field corner because that's where the roller coaster is. Here's the 1-2. Just misses wide. A fastball from Lopritch, and the count goes even at 2. Well, the Baysox have had a couple of pitchers pitch against former mates already this season. Lopritch is just one of them. Tyler Birch threw against his former Phillies teammates earlier this year. The 2-2. Runner takes off as it's grounded up the middle. Backhanded by Jordan Westberg at second base in front of the bag and sent over to first for an easy 4-3 putout. Leadoff walk left stranded, and Lopritch fires a perfect 5th. We're on to the 6th here at PNG Field as Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Only 2 chances to catch fireworks in June on the 17th and 18th against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Hope to see you there.
Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301 231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Fans on the Green Incorporated is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs. They've got guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns, and they can turn your sandlot into something lush resembling the greens at Prince George's Stadium. Mention this ad that you heard it on the Baysox broadcast, and you'll receive a discount on your first lawn care or pest control service. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Inc. Go to onthegreeninc.com or give them a call at 410-695-0444. Another pitching change for the Altoona Curve. They go back into the pen and pull out Travis McGregor to make his first appearance in this series. As we move on to the sixth inning, Christopher Cespedes leads off and takes the first pitch near the tricep. That fastball came just a bit inside. He got out of the way just enough to start the count out at 1-0. It's Cespedes, Westberg, and Henderson due up in this half inning against the right-hander McGregor. Next pitch, a changeup called a strike on the outside edge. It's 1-1. Tamaj Thomas calls it a day. He finished with 2 scoreless innings, 1 hit, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Next offering, Cespedes watches a curveball called for strike in the upper inside corner. It's 1-2. 1-for-1 day for Cespedes. Walked in the second, singled in the fourth. Got to second base and was left stranded. The 1-2, called strike 3. A curveball made its way back into the bottom of the zone after starting up and in. Excellent break on 2 planes there from Travis McGregor. 1 gone. First strikeout for McGregor, 7th overall for Altoona pitching. Now it's back to the top of the lineup for Jordan Westberg. Travis McGregor, a 6'4", 215-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Tarpon Springs, Florida. Second-round draft selection in 2016 from Eastlake High School. Here's a line drive right to third and a diving grab by Jared Triolo. First pitch, Jordan Westberg went after it and nearly came up with a single, but Triolo, he's making some plays over there in the hot corner. So quickly, 2 gone as Gunnar Henderson steps in. Westberg riding an 0-for-3 day right now, in danger of seeing his 6-game hit streak come to a close. He should still have one more chance as we're here in the top of the 6th. First pitch to Henderson. Called a strike, bottom edge, it's 0-1. Boy, McGregor works fast. 10 appearances this season. Does have a couple of starts under his belt. He was in the rotation to start the year. Spent all of last year in the Curve rotation. Here's the 0-1. Misses down and inside. Count evens at 1. McGregor's gone 3-1 with a 4.25 ERA, and his numbers in the pen have been great. 29 2/3 innings total this year. 36 strikeouts, 20 walks. He's allowed 5 homers. He fires the next to Henderson, and it just misses wide a fastball. Count to 2-1. While he started the year in the Altoona rotation, he allowed 10 earned runs in just 8 2/3 innings over 3 starts. The 2-1 bounced up the third base line, a fair ball toward the corner. Henderson has a chance for 2 as he turns at first and motors to second, stops there. It's dug out by Connor Scott, but Henderson has another multi-hit game in his 11th double this season. A 2-out runner in scoring position for Bowie as they try to increase what's a 3-0 advantage. For Henderson, that's his 11th multi-hit game, second on the team, trailing just Jordan Westberg's 13. And now here's Hudson Haskin, who's 1 for 3. Righty on righty. As McGregor sets first base side of the rubber. Fires the first in, and Haskin nicks it foul right side out of play. Up to the second level, and the count starts out at 0-1. Huddy singled up the middle in the first inning, but was thrown out on the base paths, robbing Bowie of an opportunity to score. As he had strayed too far off of second base on a single and was thrown out trying to get back to second base. Gunnar Henderson was about to cross home plate when he was thrown out. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, up and in, count to 0-2. Yeah, McGregor spent all of 2021 in the Altoona rotation, so he's familiar with this league and these parks. Led the team with 21 starts, tied for first in the former AA Northeast with those starts, as the 0-2 to Haskin is called strike 3. Fastball hits the lower outside corner, and Haskin knew it. He's down. 2-out double, left stranded at second. We're on to the bottom of the sixth here in Altoona. Bowie still leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Baysox are giving away a special Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead coming up on Sunday, July 31st. It's part of Superhero Day and Heroes Day to honor police, fire, and EMS. Just the first 750 fans, 13 and up, through the gates. That's Sunday, July 31st for the Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead. Get your tickets now at baysox.com. Bottom of the sixth, as Bowie leads 3-0 here in Altoona. First pitch to the leadoff batter, Andres Alvarez, misses down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Connor Loprich back to work, faced one over the minimum in the fifth after a leadoff walk. Next pitch called a strike on a high changeup, and the count evens. Alvarez came in as a replacement yesterday and went 0 for 2 after an injury. He's 0 for 2 today with a flyout and a groundout. Here's the 1-1. Late swing and a curveball down, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bases empty, nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. This game's been going at a bit of a more, can't say brisk, more reasonable pace. Almost feels like this is what a former game felt like before the pitch clock rules started being enforced. 1-2 pitch. Half swing. Away. They appeal. He didn't go. That was a curveball way too far outside that really Alvarez had no business even checking on. So he lucked out that the call went his way. Runs the count even at 2. Loprich steps back, kicks high, fires the offering, and it's up the elevator shaft. On the infield, a pop-up. Dashbach runs down, avoids the runner on the baseline, and makes the catch while crossing the line, still in fair territory. Dashbach's really had to run around a long way. He made a catch in foul territory near the wall on a straight line from first. That one down the line toward home. He's obviously had to range a little bit towards second base sometimes, but he's pretty mobile today. Here's Jared Triolo. First pitch. This one served into center field. Little high hanger, and Hudson Haskin is able to cruise under it quickly for the out. Already 2 away. And now here's Liover Peguero. Yeah, Peguero had that much-needed hit to break out of what was essentially his first slump in quite a while. Back in the 4th inning, he singled to right field after an 0 for 6 stretch that saw him hit into 3 double plays. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball away. It's 0-1. I mean, think about that. How often do you go on a stretch where in 6 plate appearances you're responsible for 9 outs? 0-1 pitch from Loprich. Misses away. A changeup. Count goes even at 1. I will say the rhythm for Connor Loprich seems to be working a little bit right now. Sticking to what Zach Peak was doing at the start of this game. A lot of the curveballs away, and it's leading to plenty of weak contact as the 1-1 is up and in with a swinging strike. Peguero was sitting on something middle and couldn't check his swing fast enough. Turned into one of those half swings, half get me out of here. The 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Lopritch was not deterred, fired a curveball down and away, and Peguero still couldn't pick it up. He's been having trouble with that curve over this series. First strikeout for Lopritch, and it sends us to the 7th as Bowie leads 3-0 here at PNG Field. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Nitro Circus is back with an all-new tour coming to Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Fueled by new athletes, new tricks, and the craziest contraptions, the Good, Bad, and Rad Tour presented by A-Shop marries the sketchy, scary, and cringe-worthy dangers of big air action sports to the hilarious comedy of Nitro's lunatic daredevils who risk their lives to send it. Bowie, it's going down at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Tickets as low as $35 are on sale now at Baysox.com. It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Seventh inning here at PNG Field, and the first pitch to Cesar Prieto is lined out to left field. Over the shoulder catch by Connor Scott to start out the frame. One gone. Travis McGregor back to work for Altoona. Gave up a 2-out double in the 6th inning to Gunnar Henderson, but stranded him there. And that quick out here in the 7th gets us started. It's a 3-0 Bowie lead. They've collected 9 hits today. And that's actually been a bit of a low mark for them, considering the way that they've hit the ball over the last 3 games coming into this one. First pitch to Joey Ortiz, called for a strike on a breaking ball bottom edge. It's 0-1. McGregor out for his 2nd inning of work. Next offering, misses down, and the count goes even to the ball and a strike. Yeah, the Baysox have really been seeing the ball so well over the last 3 days. Last 3 games, last 4 days. They've got 38 hits combined over their 3-game winning streak coming into this one. The 1-1 bounced high over to the right side. Going to be a tough play for Alvarez, who backs up on it, gloves it on the outfield grass, and sidearms it to first with his momentum still taking him to the outfield. He gets it there, and that's a great 4-3 putout for the second baseman. 2 away. So Bowie has 38 hits in their 3-game winning streak. Right now, you add on this, they're up to 47. See, I can do math sometimes. But that 38 hit total in just 3 games is the most in any 3-game span for Bowie this season. Here's Cody Roberts, first pitch. Called a strike, late ring up on a changeup low. Roberts steps out of the box a little bit frustrated on that one. It's 0-1 to start. McGregor shakes off one pitch and fires. Swinging a piece into the middle of the catcher, count to 0-2. Well, McGregor doesn't actually take too much time on the mound because he works in the set position. Ball is in glove, out of the wind, first base side. Roberts called for time and stepped out. Now he's back in. But from there, it's immediately up to the chin, back down, kicks and fires. Curveball away. They appeal. He didn't go on the check swing. The entire infield was trying to draw the hand of the first base umpire. And it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. This umpiring crew has been interesting this series. Folks here in the press box thought that was a clean strike. The 1-2 ticked foul, back to the screen, and the count holds. Bowie ahead 3-0 here in the top of the 7th. They collected 7 of their 9 hits over just the first 4 innings, all of them against starter Mike Burrows. That was a career high-tying 7-hit performance for the starter. Only went 3 innings. The 1-2, that one a check swing. Called strike 3 by the home plate umpire anyway. Didn't go to the appeal. 3 up, 3 down inning for Travis McGregor, and it ends with his 3rd strikeout. It's stretch time here at PNG Field. So far, a good one for Bowie. They lead 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's two of the largest fireworks shows of the season, all a part of the Baysox Independence Day weekend celebration. On Saturday, it's the post-game spectacular, sponsored by Royal Farms. And on Sunday, it's the Baysox Independence Day celebration with the biggest fireworks show of the season, sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. 2 straight days of post-game fireworks at Prince George's Stadium, and you don't want to miss it. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Don't forget about Dynamite Night coming to Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Special guest appearance by legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 70s hit Good Times. Special VIP meet and greet packages available. Head to Baysox.com to learn more. We're on to the bottom of the 7th here at PNG Field in Altoona as Bowie leads 3-0. Connor Loprich back to work and fires a first pitch away to Aaron Shackleford, 1-0 to get it started against the first baseman. Righty on lefty as 4, 5, and 6 are due up in this frame for the curve. Next pitch misses inside, another curveball, and the count goes to 2-0. Shackleford 1 for 2 on the day, singled up the gut in the second inning, but was taken out on a double play. Flew out to center field in the fourth. They play him hard to pull. He does it a lot, the 2-0. That one, a changeup, hits middle. The count goes to 2-1. Shackleford pulls it about 48% of the time. Only hits it up the middle or to the left side, a quarter each. Loprich steps back, kicks high, fires the 2-1, and it's swung on and fouled into Shackleford's ankle. He's having a tough time putting some weight on it. The athletic trainer is sprinting out to come look at him. So it was his right ankle. He basically stood up just wholly on his left foot and tried to slowly put down weight on his right leg. Took a couple of steps up the first base line, and now he's over onto the grass, foul territory, probably about 5 feet, and just hunched over, clearly favoring that left leg right now. Still has the right leg down, but trying to put as much weight on the left as possible, and it looks like he is going to be taken out. He's walking back to the dugout on his own power, but has taken the helmet off. Oh, well, now he's turning around. Kyron Madison, the manager who's in the third base coaching box, he's down into the batting circle now to chat. Victor Silva, the athletic trainer, he's been here this whole time. And they're just waiting to see if Shackleford thinks he's ready to at least try and attack a 2-2 pitch. It's been a good day for Connor Loprich so far. He walked the first batter he faced on a 3-1 count. That was Matt Gorski. but stranded him at first after getting a pop-out, a fly-out, and a ground-out. And then got a pop-out and a fly-out to start the 6th. Struck out Leover Peguero. And it brings us here. I can't imagine Lopridge goes the full 9. Well, not the full 9, but finishes out the 9. Who would probably be the next? Morgan McSweeney, maybe? Griffin McClarty would also be up there. Maybe Shelton Perkins. Bowie hasn't had too many save opportunities this season. This would count as one. But Shackleford says he's good to go, and the left-hander digs back into the box after taking a couple of hacks. Next pitch home from Lopridge is swung on and missed for strike 3. Shackleford a little upset on that one, a curveball inside. That was a great pitcher's pitch to respond after that lengthy delay. You knew that Shackleford was going to come up looking for something to hit. Lopridge, he made sure that it was not going to be a pitch to hit. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Connor. It's 3 on the day for Bowie pitching. Here's Matt Frazier. First pitch lined out toward the right center field gap. This will touch down, probably roll to the wall as Cody Roberts has to sprint and pick it up off the warning track. He pulls it out of the dirt. Frazier turns the corner at second, heads to third. The throw comes in, but it's just a moment late as Frazier keeps his foot on the bag. He nearly fell off with his second triple of the season. That's the danger of these massive outfields here at PNG Field in Altoona, is that if you just gap one properly, you're guaranteed a triple. 385 feet to each alley. Obviously, if you gap it to left center, that's not a triple, but that was just a perfectly placed hit for that 3-bagger. And now here's Matt Gorski. First pitch, he grounds it back past the mound. This will score 1 run as Jordan Westberg gloves. Sends it on to first base in time for a 4-3 putout. Gorski's 4th RBI of the season breaks the shutout. It's 3-1. Bowie still ahead. Now on to Connor Scott with the bases empty and 2 outs. Righty on lefty, first pitch. Scott watches fastball just miss wide. Count opens up at 1-0. It's an 0-for-2 day for Connor Scott. Struck out swinging in the 2nd. Popped out to third base in the 5th. Henderson at third plays him on the baseline. 1-0. Swinging a piece foul. It's off of home, and the count evens. So at this point, I'd imagine Lopridge finishes out this inning. If he goes out for the 8th will be the new question. Because 3 innings usually seems to be where he's at a good limit. Is the 1-1. Skied foul, left side out of play. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Grayson Rodriguez putting together another good start in Norfolk. 5 innings of scoreless ball with 2 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts on 61 pitches. Got to imagine he gets the call this month. It's almost inevitable the way he's tossing. The 1-2 to Scott. Misses inside a curve. Count goes even at 2. So maybe it's not the curves inside or outside. It's just basically on that right side of the plate. Inside on the lefties, outside on the right-handers. That's just what Bowie's been working with today. The 2-2 grounded past the mound slowly. Picked on the second base side by the shortstop Ortiz. Sent low to first, but dug out by Andrew Dashbach. And there for the final out of the frame. 6-3 closes it, but a 1-out triple by Matt Frazier turns into the first run for Altoona today. We've played 7 here at PNG Field. It's Bowie 3, Altoona 1. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
On to the 8th inning here in Altoona as Bowie is hoping to increase a 3-1 advantage. It had been 3-0 ever since the 4th inning, but Altoona finally scraped one across in the last half inning. Maverick Hanley will lead off for the Baysox. It's 7, 8, and 9 due up as the first pitch home is an off-speed, misses down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Travis McGregor back to work, fires the 1-0. Hanley watches inside. That fastball looked like it probably could have gone for a called strike. Well located on the bottom inside edge, but it goes for ball. Hanley has a 2-0 count in his favor. Maverick 0 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts, a ground out. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball upper outside corner, and the count to 2-1. After Hanley, it's Andrew Dashbach and Christopher Cespedes due up. Travis McGregor continues to work on the mound for the Curve. 2-1 pitch. Hanley watches miss down. Count goes to 3-1. Well, he's definitely handled this long relief role well. Said it, he had a ERA north of 10 in his 3 starts in the rotation to open the year with the Curve, and now his ERA is all the way down to 4.25. 3-1, pieced foul off the catcher. Got a little bit of the mask for Shockley. He uprights and just walks outside of the batting circle briefly while shedding the mask. Count runs full. First full count that Maverick Hanley has seen today. First one that McGregor has worked to all evening. And the home plate umpire is rushing off home, using the opportunity to ask Shockley if he's okay. Shockley's really been taking a lot. Yeah, the wind knocked out of him a little earlier, too, back in the 4th inning. Next pitch misses down and away for ball 4. First walk given up by Travis McGregor. 5th overall by Altoona pitching. 4 were by the starter Mike Burrows, tied a career high. Here's Andrew Dashbach. Looks like a lot of the Eastern League has been plagued by rain today. Surprisingly, they're playing in Erie with no issue, but Akron got rained out at Canal Park. And we've had pretty clear skies above. It is getting a little cloudier, but no real issue that we're going to have today. First pitch to Dashbach. Called a strike. Changeup hits the outside edge, and it's 0-1 to open. Dashbach had the solo home run that opened the scoring back in the 2nd inning. So far, the only home run of this entire series. He scored another run in the 4th after drawing a walk and coming home on a sac fly by Gunnar Henderson. Here's the 0-1. Nice fastball, located middle. Count goes to 0-2. Again, the Baysox lead 3-1 here in the top of the 8th inning. Looks like Connor Lopridge will be called on for the bottom of the 8th still. We'll see if he goes out for the 9th. Can't imagine he does. That'd be his 5th inning of relief. Here's the 0-2, misses down. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Dashbach. Most that Lopridge has tossed in any outing this year is just 4. Runner at first, nobody gone. McGregor sets out of the stretch. Fires the 1-2, and Dashbach just pieces it in on the hands foul. And again, it's off the mask of Shockley. My gosh, this guy has taken some abuse. That was a 95-mile-an-hour heater. He's checking his nose to make sure it's okay. I'd be shaken up too. Goodness. It's just another example, and I'll say it any time it's relevant. Catcher is one of the most physically demanding roles on the diamond. And it looks like Shockley is going to go ask for maybe a new mask or something new about it. There might have been a crack on that last one that hit his mask. He heads over to the dugout. Yeah, receives a new mask. So the equipment manager will probably have to take a look at that one for a little bit. But hey, man, he's sticking around, and you got to tip your cap to that. Shockley is really just going through all of it right now. McGregor looks back, runner at first. Fires a 1-2 pitch to Dashbach, and it's swung on and nubbed over towards short, but called foul. It hit off of Dashbach. Yeah, he spun out of the batting circle, reeling from that one. I'm not sure where it got him. Somewhere in the lower body, obviously. But the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. And this is where Dashbach has shined a lot this season. Numbers have been trending back to average, but driving up plate appearances with heavy pitch counts. He was one of the best in the Eastern League at it through April. But now his pitches per plate appearance is down to only about 4.5, and that's still in the top half for Bowie, but not mind-blowing as it was in April. His next pitch will be number 6 of the plate appearance, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. Breaking ball up and away, McGregor logs his 4th strikeout. That's the first out here in the 8th inning. Now the number 9 batter, Christopher Cespedes. 1 for 2 day for him, a single, a walk, a strikeout. He was the first batter Travis McGregor faced in the 6th. First pitch here. It's fouled off back to the screen. Count starts out at 0-1. Runner at first, 1 away here in the top of the 8th, a 3-1 Bowie lead. As the 0-1 comes in, Cespedes lines it out to left, and this one's down for a base hit and gets past Connor Scott, stops as it reaches the wall. This will allow Hanley to score from first easily. Cespedes will stop at second. He doesn't want to risk anything from there, but it's an RBI double for Christopher Cespedes, putting Bowie back ahead by 3. It's 4-1 Baysox. First double of the season for Cespedes, and that's his first run driven in since joining Bowie last week. Comes at a big time. Now back to the top of the lineup for Jordan Westberg as the Baysox have double-digit hits for the 4th consecutive game. This comes after that rain-shortened affair on Friday night when Bowie only picked up 2 hits in just their 2nd shutout loss of the season. Since then, 10 hits in 4 straight. How do you like that? Jordan Westberg would really like a hit right now. He's 0 for 3. First pitch. Misses down, and the count starts out at 1-0. Westberg walked in the 4th inning. Popped out to short in the 1st. Hit it to short in the 2nd. Lined out to 3rd in the 6th. Trying to set a new high watermark for Bowie. If he can get a hit, it would be 7 consecutive games with a base hit for Jordan. Runner at second, 1 away. 1-0. Called a strike. Change up on the outside edge from McGregor, and the count goes even at 1. No action in either bullpen. Again, McGregor with his starting experience. He can easily finish out this game. It's very helpful to have him in the pen when Mike Burrows only finished 3 innings. The 1-1. Pieced foul off of home plate and rolled over toward the on-deck circle where Gunnar Henderson stands for Bowie. Count to 1-2. A little bit of tough news coming out of Norfolk right now. Unclear, but Grayson Rodriguez has left his start early with the Tides as the 1-2 to Westberg is driven high and deep toward the right field corner, sends Frazier running a long way back, but he looks to have it squared, makes the catch over the shoulder on the warning track before spinning and sending it back to the infield. Cespedes still has plenty of time to tag up and move to 3rd, but Westberg flies out, and unless the Baysox go on a big run, he might see his hit streak come to a close. That's the 2nd out of the inning as Gunnar Henderson digs in. But yeah, Rodriguez picked up 2 outs in the 6th and exited the game with a trainer. No information coming out of Norfolk just yet. And obviously, as you'd imagine, a lot of buzz about it from Orioles Twitter at the moment. Here's Gunnar, first pitch. Single to the left side, and that scores Cespedes. Boy, he just does it all. 100-mile-an-hour rocket to the left, and Henderson has another 3-hit day in his back pocket as Bowie leads 5-1. He did it so fast, it was just almost unsurprising to me. It just happened. Center fielder, another 3-hit day for Gunnar, his 2nd RBI. And it's now a 4-run lead, largest of the day for Bowie. First pitch to Hudson Haskin misses down in the dirt a little bit. Count starts out at 1-0. Huddy is 1 for 4, singled in the first inning. Here's the next. Up and in toward the chin. Of course, Haskin, he is never one to flinch away from a pitch wherever it is. That's why he leads the team with 9 hit-by pitches. You know, when he was around 7, I thought he might be somewhere close to the league's lead, but he wasn't even actually in the top 10, and that surprised me most. Here's the 2-0. Haskin watches fastball hit middle from McGregor, and the count goes to 2-1. But again, it's McGregor probably for the rest of the day, as he is only at 43 pitches, and with starting experience, he can go for quite some time. He also hasn't pitched since the 27th, so he's rested. The 2-1. Curveball lifted foul the other way. Count goes even at 2. Bowie ahead 5-1 here in the top of the 8th inning. Another 11 hits for the Baysox. And another 3-hit day for Gunnar Henderson after doing just that yesterday. 2-2 to Haskin. Called strike 3 on the inside. Fastball that Haskin wishes he could have gotten back. That's the 5th strikeout for Travis McGregor, and it ends the inning. But not before Bowie tacks on 2 more. RBI double from Christopher Cespedes and an RBI single by Gunnar Henderson. As we move to the bottom of the 8th here at PNG Field, it's Bowie 5, Altoona 1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to baysox.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at PNG Field in Altoona. Connor Lopridge with a little more cushion now as Bowie leads 5-1. Brent Sitta the first batter, and he knuckles the first pitch foul right side. Count opens up at 0-1. It's Sitta, Shackley, then Alvarez. 8-9-1 in the Altoona lineup due here, as Lopridge is already into his second trip through the order. He's given up just 1 run on a triple in the 7th inning and an RBI groundout. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Sitta lines it deep to left field. Trouble. Cespedes looks up, and it's off the top of the wall. Did that one get out? No, it stays in play. Throw goes into second base, where Sitta cruises in standing with his 4th double of the season, a leadoff 2-bagger. But those insurance runs coming in handy now for Bowie, because without them, it'd be a tying runner at the plate in Dylan Shockley. But now, tying run is not until you get in the hole with Jared Triolo. Shockley 0 for 2, hit into a double play in the 3rd, grounded out to second in the 5th. First pitch. Misses down and away, a breaking ball. Count starts out at 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Misses high, a breaking ball from Lopritch, and the count to 2-0. Again, I can't possibly imagine it would be Lopritch in the 9th inning for Bowie at this point. While he is only up to 40 pitches, that deep into a turn through the order just probably hurt him as the 2-0 comes in. It's called a strike, a fastball bottom edge, and the count to 2-1. And Bowie does have just a little more wiggle room when it comes to their bullpen over the last few days. I know they lost Nolan Hoffman to the injured list, but they've still got good arms between Birch, McClarty, McSweeney, Perkins. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball away, and the count goes even at 2. Lopritch looks for the K. The 2-2 is lifted foul right side. This one will get out of play. Count stays even at 2. Still not even really coming up on the dusk hour here at PNG Field. Lights are on. They're probably carrying, I'd say, about 50, 60% of the load right now, but still plenty of brightness out there to just show off a very nice twilight day. The 2-2 misses down a curve from Lopritch, and the count runs full. Well, they've got that Skyliner roller coaster in right field, but I don't think it's open right now. They have had some go-karts going on in the background that I've seen just cruise through from time to time. And, of course, the cars whizzing by on the road up past the left field berm. The 3-2, up and in, ball 4. That fastball brushed off Dylan Shockley slightly. That's only the 3rd walk that he's drawn against 13 strikeouts. 2nd walk given up by Lopritch. 3rd for Bowie pitching, and now let's see if the Baysox get someone moving as the lineup goes back up to the top of the order with Andres Alvarez. First 2 batters reaching in this frame for Altoona. Still not tying run scenario, but getting dicey. Alvarez 0 for 3 on the day, however. First pitch. This is away. Curveball starts out at 1-0. Alvarez flew out to left in the first, grounded out to third base in the 3rd. Popped out to first in the 6th, and Lopritch has the signs mixed up. Maverick Hanley comes out, as does Josh Conway, and we'll have a quick meeting. Again, the Baysox return home for a 7-game in 6-day homestand on Tuesday, June 14th. It's their only full homestand in the entire month. So as you'd imagine, Baysox promo staff has packed in the fun for that week. Of course, the usual first 3, Military Appreciation Night on Tuesday, Wolf Wednesday on Wednesday, and then the Baysox Live Happy Hour on Thursday. That's the 14th through the 16th. But then it's the Mother and Son Night Out with special ticket packages available and the Scouts BSA Camp Out on Friday, June 17th. Special ticket is required for that one as you can camp out on the field post-game, bring your tent, make sure there aren't any stakes in it, but you can bring your tent and camp out, watch a movie after the game. There are post-game fireworks as well. That's Friday the 17th. Then on Saturday the 18th, it's another fireworks show as a part of the Roberto Clemente and Latin baseball celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Here's the 1-0 to Alvarez, grounded to 3rd, could be 2. Henderson sends it to 2nd for Westberg. Back to 1st in time where Dashbach receives a 5-4-3 double play. The 2nd one, or actually make that the 4th one that Altoona has hit into today. The 2nd one that Dylan Shockley has been in. He was taken out at 2nd. And that's quickly 2 outs. Great bounce back pitch there for Connor Lopritch. Brent Sitta does move to 3rd base on the double. Now here's Jared Triolo. 1 for 3 day for the right-hander. First pitch, nice curveball, but just misses a bit too low. Little too much bite to start, and it's 1-0. Still a very calm day, at least wind-wise, here at PNG Field. Hasn't influenced much in play as the 1-0 misses down and away a fastball. Count to 2-0. There is a right-hander tossing in the bullpen for Altoona, so it looks like they will relieve Travis McGregor. After he had finished 3 innings, allowed 2 runs in his last inning. The 2-0 pitch to Triolo misses away, and it's 3-0. It's actually the first 3-ball count that Lopritch has worked. Well, the only other 3-ball counts he's worked have been the walks. Hasn't worked any of the 3-ball counts. Bowie has Shelton Perkins finally tossing in their bullpen. 3-0. Called a strike. Fastball hits the bottom edge, and the count to 3-1. Runner at third, 2 away. Lopritch trying to finish this frame and send us on to the ninth as Bowie leads by 4. 3-1 to Triolo. Swinging a flare out toward right. Out from short is Prieto or Westberg, but he can't get there. Roberts couldn't get there either. It's down for a base hit. Triolo drives in the run as Sitta scores. Makes it a 5-2 game. 2-hit day for Triolo, his 3rd RBI of the season. Westberg gave it a run, but that was just to no man's land, and when you're playing deep, that's what's going to happen. So now on to Lee over Peguero. Still not tying run scenario. Tying runner is the batter on deck, Aaron Shackleford. First pitch. Peguero watches pitch down a curve. Count starts out at 1-0. But Lopritch needs this out. If he doesn't retire Peguero, I imagine that's it. So he is up to 52 pitches now already this evening. Here's the next. Line foul, right side out of play. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Most pitches that Lopritch has thrown this season is 65. That was back when he tossed 4 innings against Hartford, gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. Here's the 1-1. Misses away. The count goes to 2 balls and a strike. And the most innings for Lopritch is 4. That was that same outing. So this is his last inning of work. It's just to be seen if this will be his last batter or not. Runner at first, 2 away. The 2-1 to Peguero. Swinging just a piece into the mid of the catcher. Too far ahead on a breaking ball, and the count goes even at 2. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks so far for Lopritch. That double play, a big help. You don't get that. That single by Triolo probably would have scored 2. 2-2 pitch. Misses down a curve, and it runs the count full. Yeah, these plate appearances are really stretching out for Lopritch as well. Ran it full on Shockley before walking him. After that Mound visit, got the quick double play on Alvarez, but then a 3-1 on Triolo, and now a full count on Peguero. Runner takes off. The 3-2 is grounded to the left side. Backhanded at the chest by Ortiz from the outfield grass. The throw to first gets away. Runner goes from first to third. Triolo stops there as Dashbach sprints back to hold it. And now the tying run comes to the plate as Peguero reaches on the E6. Ortiz's second error at shortstop this season. Or do they call that a hit? Yeah, they called that a hit. My goodness. That was not a hit. But it leads to a pitching change. Lopritch is done. Perkins is coming in. We'll tell you about the change after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Pitching change for the Baysox here at a critical juncture as Bowie leads 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Altoona has already brought 1 run across here in the frame, and they've got runners at first and third with 2 away. Shelton Perkins takes over for the Baysox, relieving Connor Lopritch, who got himself into this jam. Lopritch will take a no decision at this point. Depending on how things go, he could wind up as the winning pitcher, because this is a save situation for Shelton Perkins. If Perkins finishes the game, Lopridge would be the winning pitcher. Perkins would pick up the save because Zach Peak, the starter, only tossed 4 innings. But Bowie leads 5-2, and the left-hander Aaron Shackleford will dig in. The line on Lopridge not final as the runners at the corners are his. 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits. Right now, 2 runs, both earned. He struck out 2 and walked 2. Righty on lefty as Perkins takes over, works from the first base side of the rubber, and deals the first. It's swung on and missed. Curveball down, and it's 0-1 to start. Perkins, a 5'10", 215-pound right-hander, 16th round draft selection in 2019 from James Madison. 10 appearances this year, an 0-1 record, and a 3.29 ERA. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Curveball down, and it's 0-2. Perkins has inherited 12 runners this year. 7 of them have scored. Most on the team in both categories. Trying to strand 2 here. The 0-2. Runner at first goes, and it's in there for strike 3. Got him with a curveball that froze Shackleford. He was focused on the runner taking off and just watched it sail right on by. Perkins gets out of the jam and strands the inherited runners at the corners, sends us on to the 9th as Bowie leads 5-2. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. That's right, it's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Meet legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, with a special VIP meet and greet package available. That's Friday, July 15th for Dynamite Night with Jimmy J.J. Walker at Prince George's Stadium. So head to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets and learn more.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
We roll on to the 9th inning here at PNG Field in Altoona as the Bowie Baysox hold on to a 5-2 lead, hoping to maybe increase one final time ahead of the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Sheldon Perkins to try and close it out for Bowie. The Curve make one final pitching change. They go into the pen once more to pull out Austin Roberts, 3rd reliever of the day, 4th pitcher overall, replaces Travis McGregor. McGregor, converted starter, went 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, both earned on 3 hits, struck out 5, only walked 1. Roberts faces off with Cesar Prieto to start, and the first pitch home to the left-hander is a fastball called for strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Here's the next to Prieto. Swinging a bouncing ball right side and through the gap past second base into right field for a base hit. First hit of the day for Prieto, but he's got hits in 4 consecutive games now for the Baysox. And the leadoff runner is aboard for Bowie for the 2nd consecutive inning. That should bump Prieto's average back up above 300. It had dipped just under after the 0-for-3 start today. And now here's Joey Ortiz riding a 2-for-4 day. Austin Roberts, a 6-foot, 205-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from West Sacramento, California. 8th round selection in the 2019 draft from Sacramento State. 13 appearances this year, a 1-0 record, and a 6.75 ERA. 16 innings, he struck out 19, walked 6. but has given up 4 home runs. Stepped off the back of the rubber briefly and now refoots, adjusts his cap. Holds ball in hand behind back and comes set chin high. Fires the first to Joey Ortiz, and it's a curveball in there for a called strike top half. 0-1. Ortiz started the day 2 for 2, singled to right field in the first and again in the third, when he got stranded both times. Since then, he grounded out to third base and then to second. Here's the 0-1. Down and away for a ball. Back pick to first, and they got him. Peguero took a secondary lead and couldn't get back in time. Well, Shackley wasn't trying to surprise anyone with those back picks. That was probably the 4th or 5th time this game that he's at least shown the intent to throw it to first. He's only actually pulled off 1 before that. Previously, he just couldn't make the transfer or grip the ball properly and didn't want to risk an error. So that's a little bit on Peguero to not taking him seriously when he really should have. Next pitch to Ortiz is called a strike on the bottom edge. It runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. So instead of runner at first, nobody out, it's bases empty, 1 out, and a 1-2 count on Ortiz. That's a big out for Altoona. It takes away probable insurance. Next pitch, Ortiz swings through it. Breaking ball down, and that's a strikeout for Roberts. First of the day for him, of course. 12th overall for Altoona pitching. Here's Cody Roberts. Roberts a 2-hit day. Automatic double with a run driven in the third. Singled in the 5th. Comes after his 2-hit day with an RBI yesterday. First pitch. Misses inside, a curve. Count starts out at 1-0. Fans moaning and groaning about that one, but that was a good call. Here's the 1-0. Roberts watches away, and the count goes to 2-0. I mean, that little conversation I had with him, it definitely holds true, where Roberts said he was just so anxious to get back to Bowie because he knew he'd be getting the playing time, and that's what he wanted more. As the 2-0 comes in, misses up and away for a ball, 3-0. When he was on the taxi squad up at Fenway Park for Baltimore, yeah, it was a cool experience. Got to see Fenway Park. But after the first day, the magic kind of wears out. You're just sitting there. He wanted to play. The 3-0, down and away. Called strike. Are you serious here? That one was so low, and Roberts was just so content with taking that 4-pitch walk. I don't know what's going on. Roberts is clearly upset about that one. He caught himself and apologized to the umpire before he said anything too out of line. But that was an awful call. That was bad. Runs the count to 3-1. Here's the next. And a called strike on a pitch up and away. Roberts had tossed the bat, ready for ball 4 again. That one a little closer to the zone, I'll say that. But it shouldn't have gotten to that point, is still the main point. Runs the count full on Cody Roberts. First full count he's seen today. Bases empty, 2 away. Roberts trying to roar back and strike out the last batter. Payoff. Swinging a high drive out to right, but shallow. Frazier running in a long way. Can he get there? He can. Makes the catch shoulder high and continues his sprint back to the Altoona dugout. So the inning is over, even though Roberts probably should have drawn the walk. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Shelton Perkins will try to pick up the save. It'd be his first of the season. Bowie leads 5-2. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Bottom of the ninth inning here at PNG Field in Altoona. Bowie Baysox are trying to pick up their fourth consecutive win. In a 5-2 game right now, Matt Frazier will lead it off for the Curve. First pitch home is a curveball from Shelton Perkins. Called for strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. If Perkins can convert it, it'd be his first save of the season. As the 0-1 comes in and Frazier takes it inside, they're saying it clipped him. That curveball missed too far in from Perk. And the leadoff runner is aboard for the second consecutive inning for Altoona. They played it just one run, actually, in the eighth inning. It was a very dangerous situation as 4 base runners in total reached. But Connor Lopridge worked a double play, left after giving up 2 singles, and Perkins picked up a strikeout looking to strand both runners. Still not a tying run scenario just yet. Batter on deck is the tying run, Connor Scott. Matt Gorski into bat, and the first pitch home is a called strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Gorski 0 for 1. Grounded out to second in the 7th. That'd be helpful right now. Bowie's turned 4 double plays in this game. The 0-1. Skied high to right, shallow. Cody Roberts ranges down. Does he see it? He does. Makes the catch at the forehead. He had a couple of hesitation steps mixed in there that just concerned me for a moment. Thought, did he feel like he overran it or something? No, he saw it. He was fine. So there's one away, and now to Connor Scott. Scott has hit it on the ground to short today. That would end the game. He's not hit into a double play yet this season. The Baysox actually used a double play to end yesterday's game. They've turned 6 just over these last 2 days. First pitch to the lefty Scott. He squares and punches it foul. That one a changeup low and away. Not the intent for Perkins, but that's a well-placed pitch for a potential bunt. If you get good spin on it, then it does just roll that hard to the left side. And why would you even want to sacrifice right now with 1 out in a 3-run game? The 0-1. Misses just wide, a curve. Count goes even at 1. Like, I suppose if you're Connor Scott and you want to break out of a little slump and surprise him, obviously they've got a heavy shift on for him, but you've really got to be confident of yourself. The 1-1. Inside, that one nearly clipped him. Perkins is really keeping heavy with the curveballs. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Scott. Yeah, they play him a little hard to pull, so that really tells you why he tried for the bunt, even though it wasn't that quality of an attempt. The 2-1. Inside again. That one brushed out his legs. Scott had to hold himself up as it goes to 3-1. Perkins is really having trouble locating on the inside right now. Hit Matt Frazier, the lefty. He's fired 3 on the inside to Scott that have really thrown him off. The 3-1 here misses down and in for ball 4. First walk given up by Perkins today. 4th overall for Bowie pitching. And now it brings up tying runner Brent Sitta. Sitta's 2 for 3 on the day. Singled in the 3rd and got taken out on a double play. Flew out to right field in the 5th. Doubled and scored in the 8th against Lopridge. 1st and 2nd, 1 away. First pitch. Misses wide. Changeup starts it out at 1-0. Perkins takes his time and sets. Sends home the 1-0 to Sitta. This is down. 2-0. 6 of the last 7 pitches for Perkins have been out of the zone. First appearance for Shelton since he gave up an unearned run against Erie over 2 1/3 innings. His only appearance in that series with the Seawolves last week. Walked 1, struck out 1. A lot of contact. First and second, one away. 2-0 pitch to Sitta. Misses wide, gets past the catcher, runners advance. Perkins cannot locate on that right side right now. Something is just wrong as it goes to 3-0 on Sitta. Double play is out of the equation. And 2 runners are in scoring position now. There's just something. Trying to hit that right side of the strike zone. Perkins just can't hit it right now. And the Baysox have a right-hander up in the pen. Just in case, the 3-0. Finally got it. Called strike on the outside edge. Sitta just let it go by. He's well within his right for that one. Infield will even themselves up now that the double play is no longer a factor. But a hitter's count on Sitta. 2 home runs this season in 19 games. The 3-1. Swinging a drive out toward right, but not that deep. Roberts peels in. We'll see if this even scores the run. He makes the catch probably about 100 feet from the infield and rips it to third, but the runner stays put. That was a heck of a throw from Cody Roberts. It's the second out of the inning, and it brings up Dylan Shockley. We were chatting around the batting cage earlier today when the lineup had been posted, and I obviously my first thought is, Cody Roberts in right? Are you sure about that? Wanted to make sure it wasn't a mistake, and yeah, that was the case. And I heard Roberts just mentioning casually, is like, oh, you remember Rick Ankiel, that former pitcher who dealt with the yips while he was with the Cardinals, converted into an outfielder and had a very successful second career in the outfield, made a couple of outstanding plays with his arm. As soon as he brought it up, I said, Roberts, that's what you got to do. You got to pull a Rick Ankiel somewhere, throw someone out at the plate. And that's what was flashing in my mind very briefly on that fly ball by Brent Sitta. And honestly, that throw was very accurate to third base. Nearly got Matt Frazier. But Frazier didn't dance too far off the bag. Pinch hitter in. It's the left-hander Blake Sable. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss on a fastball away. Count starts out at 0-1. Sable, a .297 average this season, 5 homers and 23 runs driven in. It's 3-0-1 against right-handers, 4 of his 5 homers. The 0-1. Swinging a line drive shot, right field, base hit. This could bring 2 across as Roberts gloves, fires home, and it holds the runner at third. Excellent rip by Cody Roberts as Connor Scott saw how close that throw was getting and immediately turned and scampered back to third base. It's an RBI single, though, for Blake Sable. The pinch hit comes in handy. That's his first pinch hit successfully this season. Altoona inches closer. It's 5-3. And now it goes back to the top of the lineup as Sable picks up his 24th RBI this year. Tying run is on base for Andres Alvarez. First pitch is a curveball that misses high. It's 1-0 to start on Alvarez, who's 0 for 4 on the day. He hit into a double play his last time up, but now with 2 outs, that's not a problem. First and third, 2 away, a 2-run game. 1-0. Fastball. Called a strike in the lower outside corner. That draws some groans from the fans and from the Altoona dugout. But you got to remember, that was back in the 9th inning. Cody Roberts, in the top of this frame, he was called for a strike on a pitch in that exact same spot, the 1-1. Swinging a high drive out to left field toward the corner, toward the bullpen now. Cespedes runs on it, and it touches down just foul to the left side of the bullpen mound. All off bat, that one will send a jolt through your system, but as it hung up and continued to hook, you realize that it would go down foul at best. But it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes, and Perkins is 1 strike away from wrapping this one up for Bowie. It's been another tense one. Got to give him that. Altoona is not shying away from any of these. They haven't rolled over. It was 3-0 Bowie at one point. It's 5-3 now. 1-2 count on Alvarez. Runner at first goes. The pitch home is fouled off right side. Gets out of play and bounces into the third level here at PNG Field. And still only 23 pitches for Perkins, too. Remember, he just came in for 1 batter in the 8th. And he's gone multiple innings before with the Baysox. He just needs this good strike here. Needs something with the swing and the miss stuff. See if the runner at first takes off again. There he goes, the 1-2. Popped up on the infield, behind home. Hanley sheds the mask, gloves it, and that's the game. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A 5-3 win tonight in Game 2 of this 6-game set with Altoona. Bowie has won 4 straight. Oh boy, that was a tense one to close things out, but Perkins delivered a changeup in on the hands to force the weakest of all contacts from Andres Alvarez. That was, I don't know, I feel like that one was maybe a little more tense than last night's game was. While Bowie did only win by 1 run last night, they still had Noah Denoyer, who was cooking over the tail end, while some of the cracks looked to be forming over the last 2 innings here in this game, as Altoona plated individual runs in the 8th and 9th innings to cut it to that 2-run advantage. They had the tying run on base and the winning run at the plate. But Perkins closes the door and picks up his first save of the season. As we step aside right now from PNG Field, we'll come back and get you with Baysox postgame. Again, your final tonight, Bowie 5, Altoona 3. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com. At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
What another thrilling win for the Bowie Baysox this evening as they get rolling in this 6-game series with Altoona, taking out each of the first 2 today by a 5-3 final. It was 5-4 yesterday, 5-3 today, as Bowie put on plenty of runs early, hesitated a little bit down the stretch, and while Altoona did make a late charge, that cushion was just enough for the Baysox to make it 2 in a row to start this series. As we get rolling with Baysox postgame here at PNG Field, let's go ahead and get started with the recap of this one. So we go all the way back in time to the faraway land of 6:02 p.m. when first pitch came home from Mike Burrows to Jordan Westberg, and Westberg popped out to short to get things underway. The Baysox really looked like they could have come away with a run in that first inning after Gunnar Henderson and Hudson Haskin each singled. Cesar Prieto popped out to second for the second out of the frame, but then Joey Ortiz singled to right field. Henderson looked like he had a clean ticket to get all the way home, and as he was cruising home, Hudson Haskin was going to second base. When the ball was picked up in right field by Matt Frazier, he sent it to second base, where the second baseman tagged Hudson Haskin as he had strayed a little bit too far off of second while rounding. The home plate umpire said that Henderson did not cross home plate before Haskin was tagged, so the run did not count, even though it looked like, at least on the eye test, that Henderson might have scored. Kyle Moore did put up an argument, but It went down quickly, and the Baysox were held scoreless in that first inning despite collecting 3 hits. In the bottom of the first, Zach Peak was making his second start since a return from the injured list, and he worked efficiently. He got plenty of double plays today. Gave up a 1-out single to Jared Triolo and worked him out of a 5-4-3 twin killing to send it on to the second inning. After 2 quick outs from Mike Burrows, including a strikeout and a groundout, Andrew Dashbach stepped up, and boy, did he see a pitch that he really liked. Base is empty, 2 away. The 0-2 pitch from Burrows is swung on in line deep to left field. Scott's running on it. He looks up and it's gone! Andrew Dashbach says goodbye. His 7th home run is a 105-mile-an-hour bomb to left. A solo shot here in the second gives Bowie the 1-0 lead. That was Dashbach's 7th of the season, gave him his 16th RBI of the year, and as it turned out, that would be enough for Bowie to hold in front for the entire game, because in the bottom of the second, after a leadoff single by Aaron Shackleford, Zach Peak worked another double play and eventually struck out Connor Scott to toss a scoreless frame, sending it on to the third, where Burrows did the same thing, picked up 2 quick outs, a strikeout and a groundout, but then ran into trouble when Cesar Prieto drew a walk, Joey Ortiz singled to put him to second base, and then Cody Roberts stepped up and he continued what's been a hot stretch since he returned from Baltimore. Here's the 1-1. Roberts lofts it out toward deep left center field. Gorski running a long way back, but it's over his head. One hops the wall and goes over the fence. An automatic double for Cody Roberts. That'll drive in just 1 run. Joey Ortiz will have to head back to third base as he was cruising home, but the Baysox do get that insurance on Roberts' 5th double of the season. It's 2-0. That lead itself wouldn't hold. The Baysox would be glad to add on a little bit more later on. We'll talk about it in just a second. As the game moved into the bottom of the third now, it was a quick frame for Zach Peak by, you guessed it, a double play. He gave up a leadoff single to Brent Sitta, then immediately got a 6-4-3 double play by Dylan Shockley, and then got Andres Alvarez to ground out. It was a scoreless third for Peak on just 5 pitches. He was at 37 pitches through the third after needing, I think it was around 41 pitches to just get into the second inning in his last start. So back onto the key efficiency from Zach Peak. In the 4th inning, Bowie got 1 more run across, chasing Mike Burrows out of the game in the process. Andrew Dashbach led off with a walk. Christopher Cespedes singled up the middle, and Jordan Westberg walked as well. It was 4 walks for Burrows, a season high, and it tied a career high, knocked him out of the game. Gunnar Henderson came in and lifted a sacrifice fly to left field to bring home the 3rd run for Bowie. But that would be it for them for a little bit, and Altoona would take advantage there to try and climb back, as the two sides would be held quiet for a while. In the bottom of the 4th, Peak pitched another scoreless frame with a pop-out and 2 flyouts. On at the top of the 5th inning when Bowie got an early single against Tamaj Thomas, but he struck out the next 2 batters to end the top of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, it was Connor Loprich for Bowie. He walked the first batter he faced, but then got a pop-out, a fly-out, and a ground-out to strain that runner in first. And then the Baysox went down quiet against Travis McGregor out of the bullpen for Altoona in the 6th inning. McGregor, a converted starter into a long reliever, did give up a 2-out double to Gunnar Henderson, but left Henderson at second base. In the bottom of the 6th, it was still Loprich, and it was his best inning. He got a pop-out, a fly-out, and then a quick strikeout of Leover Peguero to polish off that frame scoreless. Sent it on to the 7th, where the Baysox were handled easily by McGregor in return. A flyout, a groundout, and a strikeout. After the stretch, it was up to Loprich again to try and hold on to what was the 3-0 advantage. He started well with a strikeout of Aaron Shackleford, but Matt Frazier, he found the gap and made the most of it. Here's Matt Frazier. First pitch lined out toward the right center field gap. This will touch down, probably roll to the wall as Cody Roberts has to sprint and pick it up off the warning track. He pulls it out of the dirt. Frazier turns the corner at second, heads to third. The throw comes in, but it's just a moment late as Frazier keeps his foot on the bag. He nearly fell off with his 2nd triple of the season. He would score on a groundout the following batter. I feel like the triple is a little bit more of a fun highlight to play than the groundout was. But that broke the shutout, and Altoona was on the board as Bowie still led 3-1. That'd be the only run scored, though, the only base runner in that 7th inning for the Curve. And on to the 8th inning when the Baysox were glad to try and chip against McGregor now that he was facing the lineup a 2nd time through. Maverick Hanley drew a leadoff walk, Andrew Dashbach struck out, and Christopher Cespedes picked up his first RBI with the Baysox. The 0-1 comes in. Cespedes lines it out to left, and this one's down for a base hit and gets past Connor Scott, stops as it reaches the wall. This will allow Hanley to score from first easily. Cespedes will stop at second. He doesn't want to risk anything from there. But it's an RBI double for Christopher Cespedes, putting Bowie back ahead by 3. It's 4-1 Baysox. That would not be it for Bowie in the top of the 8th inning, however, as Jordan Westberg flew out to right field, giving Cespedes the chance to move to third. Gunnar Henderson came up and put together another 3-hit day. Here's Gunnar, first pitch. Single to the left side, and that scores Cespedes. Boy, he just does it all. 100-mile-an-hour rocket to the left, and Henderson has another 3-hit day in his back pocket as Bowie leads 5-1. That's back-to-back 3-hit days for Gunnar. He's 6 for his last 9 after that single, with 3 doubles, 4 runs driven in, and 1 run scored. It's just incredible numbers for the 20-year-old. Game moved into the bottom of the 8th inning, and that's when Connor Loprich really started to run into a bit of trouble. Gave up a leadoff double to Brent Sitta, then walked Dylan Shockley, and it led to a mound visit. Fortunately, after that, he immediately turned a 5-4-3 double play, but it still wasn't out of the woods yet. There was still a runner at third after that double play, and Jared Triolo made sure that Altoona got the most of the situation they were in. 3-1 to Triolo. Swinging a flare out toward right. Out from short is Peguero or Westberg, but he can't get there. Roberts couldn't get there either. It's down for a base hit. Makes it a 5-2 game. 2-hit day for Triolo, his 3rd RBI of the season. So Loprich would run into some trouble there, then gave up an infield single to Leover Peguero, putting runners at first and third. Still with 2 outs, all that with 2 outs, and that led to a pitching change as Loprich was getting up there in the pitch count. Bowie went into the pen and pulled out Shelton Perkins, and boy, did he start out hot. Trying to strand 2 here. The 0-2, runner at first goes, and it's in there for strike 3. Got him with a curveball that froze Shackleford. He was focused on the runner taking off and just watched it sail right on by. Perkins gets out of the jam and strands the inherited runners at the corners, sends us on to the 9th as Bowie leads 5-2. It'd be 5-2 through the top of the 9th. The Baysox got a leadoff single from Cesar Prieto, but he was picked off by the catcher, and eventually Joey Ortiz struck out and Cody Roberts flew out to right field against Austin Roberts, a scoreless inning of relief for the right-hander. In the bottom of the 9th, it was still Perkins. He was trying to pick up his first save of the season, but he hit the first batter of the frame, Matt Frazier. Perkins was definitely having a tough time in this inning trying to locate on the right side of the plate, inside against the left-handers and outside against the right-handers. He hit Frazier, constantly pitched too far outside to Connor Scott, walking him, pitched inside a ton to Brent Sitta before Sitta finally flew out to right field, but a wild pitch mixed in there put runners to second and third with only 1 out. And then that's when Altoona went to a pinch hitter, the lefty Blake Sable. It's 3-0-1 against right-handers, 4 of his 5 homers. The 0-1. Swinging a line drive shot, right field, base hit. This could bring 2 across as Roberts gloves, fires home, and it holds the runner at third. Excellent rip by Cody Roberts as Connor Scott saw how close that throw was getting and immediately turned and scampered back to third base. Turns out that wouldn't be much of a problem if that runner had scored or not. Still would have been a 1-run game with Perkins needing just 1 more out, but it's nice to have 1 fewer run on your resume when the day is done. Because Andres Alvarez stepped up, Perkins worked ahead of him to a ball and 2 strikes and finished out the day strong. There he goes, the 1-2. Popped up on the infield, behind home. Hanley sheds the mask, gloves it, and that's the game. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A 5-3 win tonight in Game 2 of this 6-game set with Altoona. Bowie has won 4 straight. Yes, they have. Your final box score tonight, Bowie scores 5 runs on 12 hits. It's their 4th consecutive game with at least 10 hits, too. They didn't commit any errors and left on 10. Altoona scores 3 runs on 9 hits with no errors. They left on 7. Connor Loprich, the winning pitcher. It's his first of the season. He's 1-1. Mike Burrows is the losing pitcher. His first loss of the year. He's 3-1. Shelton Perkins, the save. His first of the year. You see the trend there? Game was played in 2 hours and 41 minutes in front of a paid attendance of 2,581 here at PNG Field in Altoona. With the win, the Baysox move up to 18-27 on the season, a 4-game win streak, tied for their 2nd longest win streak of the season, as they're now 7-12 when playing on the road. With the loss, Altoona falls to 22-25, a 4-game losing streak for the Curve, as Altoona is now 11-12 rather. when playing in front of the home crowd here at PNG Field. Two sides back at it tomorrow, another 6 o'clock first pitch. We'll tell you more about the upcoming game and the schedule for Bowie in a little bit. But for now, we break as we continue with Baysox postgame. We'll get you a quick look around the Eastern League and the Orioles organization, see how some of the other squads are faring. There has been a little bit of rain in the Eastern League this evening. We'll tell you about it after this. You're listening to Baysox postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back one final time from PNG Field in Altoona as we continue with Baysox postgame. A 5-3 winner tonight for Bowie, extending their win streak to 4 consecutive games. At least 10 hits in all 4 games, too. They're really just smacking the ball. Struck out a lot today, but, I mean, if they're still getting 10-plus hits, who cares? They're picking up wins. That's what we want to see after what was just such a tough month of May. They get June off on the right start. Let's go ahead and take a cruise around the rest of the Eastern League, see how some of the other teams in the circuit have fared. There was a lot of rain. A lot. 3 different games postponed today. 2 of them are going to be made up tomorrow, and 1 of them is going to be made up on Friday. Hartford and Reading will play 2 tomorrow at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Same with Binghamton and Somerset. They're not playing it at Dunkin' Donuts Park. They're playing it at Marabito Stadium in Binghamton, but they're still playing 2 tomorrow. And then Akron and Richmond, they got rained out today, but they decided to play a doubleheader on Friday at Canal Park instead of tomorrow. 2 other games in the league, both have already come to a close. New Hampshire held off a late scare from the Portland Sea Dogs after New Hampshire had a 4-1 lead going into the 9th inning. Portland put on 2 runs in the top of the 9th, but still weren't able to overcome the gap. While Portland did out-hit New Hampshire, it's the Fisher Cats coming away with a 4-3 win over at Delta Dental Stadium. And the Erie Seawolves walked off the Harrisburg Senators earlier this evening. It was 4-2 Sens after 5.5, but Erie put on a run in the 6th to make it a 1-run game, tied the game in the bottom of the 8th, and won the game in the bottom of the 9th. What was the winning play? Was it a walk-off home run? It was. An Andrew Navigado walk-off solo home run to give Erie the 5-4 winner. But that's how the Eastern League looked, only 2 other games with the other 3 being postponed. So let's take the time to look around the Orioles organization. Delmarva currently being shut out in the top of the 9th inning, and they're down to their final out. Myrtle Beach is ahead of the Shorebirds at the moment, 2-0 down in South Carolina. Aberdeen having a tough day. They've only got 1 hit through 8 innings, and they're currently losing 7-0 to the Hudson Valley Renegades. That's the Yankees affiliate over in Aberdeen. A 5-run second highlighting that one for the Renegades. And then it's a really tough day for Norfolk as they host Jacksonville. While the game is tied at 6, and the Tides did actually just tie the game, they did give up a 6th spot in the 7th after leading 5-0. But the problem is that Grayson Rodriguez had tossed into the 6th inning and picked up 2 quick outs before he noticed something. We don't have clarity on it. We're not sure what it might be, if it is injury-related or what, but he left the game after picking up 2 outs in the 6th inning with the trainer and the manager, and there's no official word just yet on what is hurting Rodriguez, if anything. Who knows? Looks like there is a little bit of note coming out from Andy Costa of the Baltimore Sun right now. Says he had more of a cramp. Looks like that's all it is. Rodriguez felt what appeared to be a cramp rather than anything more serious. That's quoting Andy Costa on Twitter from the Baltimore Sun. So he withdrew himself from the game and is set to undergo further testing. So fortunately, it looks like the Orioles might be able to dodge this one. They might. Let's hope that's the case. But again, the score that Bowie cares about most is that of Bowie's. And they won tonight 5-3 over the Curve to take the first two in this series and extend their winning streak to 4 consecutive games. Two sides back at it again tomorrow for a 6 o'clock first pitch. It's set to be left-hander Omar Cruz. He's been a very fun story, good lefty, against Garrett Stallings, coming off of his first complete game. It was that rain-shortened affair, and it was a loss, but it was a complete game. It comes your way at 6 o'clock here on the Baysox Baseball Network. It'll be a 5:40 DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. If you've got the time, hope you stop by. But for now, we say so long, and thank you for joining this evening as Bowie takes down Altoona 5-3. This is Matt Sabata saying we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.